It's the first week of August, and we promised you a summer of fun. We have whiskey, we have beer, we have cheese. We have Jim Lalumiere from cheesebeerfood.com, and we're starting this summer off right. Unbutton the top button of your pants, stick your hand right down in the front, and let's have some fun. This week on the Logan Jabroni Show, we get shitty and eat cheese.
It stinks in here. People, how y'all doing? And it is ready for this foodie episode. I'm excited.
I'm excited for two reasons. One, beer.
Beer.
Anybody who's ever watched us or listened to us or been around us for more than 35 seconds knows we love the beer.
We love the beer.
Second, I'm going to have an old friend of mine sitting right here in between us.
Too.
I love the whiskey, and the whiskey loves me. It's the Jägermeister that doesn't love me at all. 100%. So, welcome to the summer of fun, guys, and the Loki Jabroni Show. This guy right here is Loki.
Guy right here
am the Jabroni. The guy in the box, as always, sequestered because he can't behave himself in public, is Mr. Eddie Focus.
There's no box today. I can't afford to waste the battery.
I understand. So, guys, if you're watching live feed, be prepared. We are in the process of possibly having to switch computers and give you this live feed. If you're listening on audio only Wednesday through whenever, when you download us, it'll sound like nothing happened.
And
so be prepared.
For those of you also live right now, you will notice I'm wearing the colors of the only. You're
going to start some shit.
I am going to start some shit. The only armed service that you actually need right here. The rest of y'all guys is like, you give us rides and shit like that. So, thank you to the Navy for that, by the way. You guys got some purdy.
I'm totally not
You got some
them.
purdy boats and the Air Force. You got some purdy mouths.
All right.
So my mom's going to kick your ass.
I know. Mama Focus is going to come down here with her big-ass whooping stick. She might come down here and grab one of Jim's nice knives
they do
and
have
stab
nice
you in the throat.
Oh, and by the way, why don't we since we're talking,
go ahead,
Jim. Why don't you grab us that big bottle right there? I'm going to slap that right here while we're talking.
Oh yes, let's
so
get. We're going to give some love.
So real
Absolutely.
quick, yeah. Put it right here. We'll put it right here because I think we can see it pretty good. Yeah, there you go.
You
put it right there. Put it right there.
Boom, right in the middle.
Boom, booyah.
Good thinking. Epicure.
So, this is Epicure, and it is supposed to be fantastical, magical in a bottle. And we're going to find out. And I guess from what you were saying is you went in to get half, and they said, no, fuck that. You're getting a full daddy. And so it's sitting right here.
And that's local helping local, guys.
Right.
This is what we dream about every time we do something.
Right, like exactly. We love local beer because I'll tell you what, if anything, I truly believe, I think New England has like a taste for beer. I think we've
fantastic.
Right. I think we've come almost like I think there's other places they got their whiskeys and they got stuff like that. Well, I almost want to say New England is about beer. We really are, man. We love our fucking beer.
I would have to say in the last 10, 15 years, and my numbers might be
definitely
off.
Stepping up its game.
And when Jim comes down and sits down with us, he's probably going to correct me and maybe say 20 or 18 or however many years.
Right.
He's gonna, really, seriously, every time we grab a new local beer, we bring it here and we say, hey, we're trying this. It's from Bristol, Hartford, Norwich, wherever. Let me throw some hellos to everybody who's joining us right now. Strikers, Jared, Amy, Eddie, Jonathan Beck, I used to work with at WrestlingOnline.com. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you on the audio only if you are downloading us.
Right.
Please, we cannot stress enough. If you're downloading us on iTunes, please leave a review. 5 stars would be great. 4 stars would be okay.
By the way.
Okay.
For you special, we got the Ireland.
Yes.
Our Ireland listeners.
We're going to get to that in a minute because
we have a special interview for you next week. Just for you guys. It took us a long time to get this interview, and we really hope you love it. We really hope you love it.
As you guys know, we start every week with what's on our mind. So I'm going to look to my right and say, Mike, what's on your mind this week?
Well, I'll tell you what. Sometimes I'm usually, all about, like, say, what's going on and everything else. But I think we opened this up pretty much, and I liked where Ed was going with this. So I'm going to go with this. North Korea recently announced that they were very upset with how we handled the diplomatic affairs.
When is this guy going to just shut the fuck up?
And Ed, if you care, if you want to take it, your idea was fucking magical.
Let's give him to the Japanese.
Absolutely.
Let them go. Like he said, let the dogs go. You know they've been waiting for a long time.
I have a feeling that the Japanese people have been looking at this cocksucker and just going, you know what? We can't wait to bomb the ever-loving shit out of him. His father was bad.
Yes.
And he's worse.
Yes.
We just want the okay. Let me hit the button. Let's nuke. What is it? North or south?
It's north.
North. Okay.
But the problem is you can't nuke north without
hurting the south.
Right,
so
exactly.
don't nuke them.
You have to invade them. You have
Send
to go
like the
straight
Japanese
in.
ninja team.
The only-
I know you might have to run the trigger warning.
dude.
The only reason we haven't done anything is because they train their missiles on South Korea, and the minute we put one boot on the ground, they're going to annihilate South Korea. That's the problem.
I can buy it. Yeah. All right.
See, and the other shitty part
It's all
is
bullshit.
it's like just like you mentioned earlier when that missile just kind of fell off into their things. That's like spitting at somebody and saying it's raining. All right, don't insult me. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sounds like a lot of conversations we have about things like this.
you know, but it's like serious. If you are literally going to do a nuclear missiles testing and then drop it into my territory, first of all, don't litter in my fucking tribe. And then to throw a nuclear fucking warhead that can't even get over my fucking shit island?
Have you seen
Give me a
what
break.
was it? They did the nuke testing not too long ago and it didn't go very far.
Yeah, that's what we're talking.
It's like they have a fucking propeller on the front. Like what is that? Who's the kid from Little Rascals had the propeller? Spanky.
They can't get a rocket that goes any distance, and they don't have guidance systems.
But they keep telling
exactly.
us we're trained on Los Angeles, we're trained on Portland, Oregon, we're trained on Seattle. We're going to come at you and we're going to annihilate the entire West Coast. You can't make it much outside the ocean that is right next to you.
Well, that's why they say.
Why should anybody in Portland go, oh, God, Kim Jong-un?
Because Kim Jong's dad fed his head with that shit. He believed that shit.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's another episode for another time. This is about happiness.
But no, absolutely.
Today.
I agree. But I just wanted to bring that up because I really thought that was an awesome point to bring up, especially since I think everybody heard about it today. And I just want to tell,
it's time for Hotari Hanzo to start making swords again.
It's time for the, yeah. There
Are
you
you guys going full geek on me right now? Because I don't know Hotari Hanzo.
You never saw Kill Bill?
What is it?
Kill Bill.
You ever saw Kill Bill?
Much like last week with The Matrix, no, I have not seen Kill Bill or Kill Bill 2. I'm sorry.
Dude, we should totally do a Kill
What
Bill
are you guys gonna?
Are you guys going to 3K Loki style?
Are you going to duct tape me to a chair and make me watch these films?
Do you want to do that? Do you want to do a Kill Bill MST3K?
Only.
Loki?
Yes, I would. Only if you guys watching this now, if you want to see this, you go to www.patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. You donate $5 a week. I will let these guys duct tape me to a chair.
Only because then we can't really get fucked over.
No,
for
we
it,
can't.
Right?
If we're on Patreon, they can't. Like WWE killed our feed from Arugas a couple months ago with Shane Douglas. Much like every time Ed puts on the Animal Cracker song, we get some sort of copyright claim, even though it's public domain.
I'm starting to win those, by the way.
Totally.
I know.
I love
Here,
it.
last week's video is
it.
gone. And I was trying to show somebody, and it's gone because of the copyright claim. I haven't
thank
seen
you for
it.
joining us. Thank you, my first guest on Twitter.
How are you? Are you clear?
Are
Are you clear with what's on your mind?
Absolutely. Yeah, that works for me.
All right.
I just want to bring it up because I want
$5 a week.
My biggest thing is I just
I'll
want
let 'em
people
duct
to
tape me to a chair.
understand. Like North Korea talks a lot of shit. All right, it's much
They're the
like
Floyd Mayweather of the United Nations.
Oh, Floyd hasn't said shit, dude.
Not
Let's
lately.
Connor. Connor's the one who's been talking. His mouth hasn't stopped, dude.
Katie Yelton says she's never seen Kill Bill either. She hasn't killed Bill either.
Well, there you go. Spend the money right now.
Bring it on.
Where have you all been?
MST3K.
That's all I got to say.
Right? That's what I'm saying, dude.
Documentaries,
MST3K, Loki and Jabroni style, Patreon only. You get the goods. You get the goods.
Right. Ed, what's on your mind this week?
I watched all 5 Sharknadoes
Oh,
yesterday.
God.
In a row.
I've been waiting to hear about this because I saw
It was fucking great.
I saw all the pictures. I saw all the posts. I had to drive last night to Vermont to get my daughter. You, Mark, Azarju, you guys have all heard us talk about him before. All collected around all those great big screen TVs watching Sharknado 1 through 5. Am I right?
Now it's 5.
5th one came out yesterday. Yep.
How was it? And I know Jim's going to probably talk about Sharknado because he loves it
It
too.
was awesome watching Tara Reid become more and more plastic
I know.
each movie.
She became more natural.
Natural my ass.
She became natural with her role. You know, come on.
And of course, as we talked about last week, it was exciting.
She really does.
It was
look
exciting
horrendous.
to see Samantha Fox pop up.
Oh, that was
Nice.
fantastic! Right off the bat, too. And she's like, she grabs that gun. I want to have some fun. I'm like,
Nice.
yes!
I was like, spank, 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 spank.
Oh, but you were with a lot of people. How did that get over?
What's that?
You were spanking it, and you were around a lot of people. How'd that get over?
Well, he was
Bar.
next to me.
At the bar.
Yeah, he was next to me. We were both spanking. We were looking like we were having a full conversation, but all we were doing we're good.
Full disclosure, whatever you guys want to do.
We can do it.
As long as on Mondays,
I wouldn't
we
swim
can
in
do
the
it.
pool.
Put your ass into it. So what's on your mind?
All right, I got the list. Not the list of Jericho, but I have the list of the summer of fun. And before I get into what's on my mind, let's talk about the summer of fun. Today, we have cheesebeerfood.com, Jim Lalumiere. August 14th, I'm still trying to nail it down, but Blair the Bull Shark Tugman on the phone talking about his fight, which we'll talk about in a few seconds. August 20th is the big SummerSlam party at the Deck.
We should go to the fucking... You
want to go down to the training facility?
We should travel there live to the training facility and set
Oh,
up
dear
there.
God in heaven.
On the
you know
14th?
What? I'll call Andrew Calandrelli. I'll see if we can do it. You know what? I think we have a field trip next week.
That'd be a great idea.
August 20th is the SummerSlam pay-per-view party at the Deck, 359 Boston Post Road in Westbrook, Connecticut. Logan Jabroni are hosting the event. We got raffles. We got a trivia contest. We got the pay-per-view on all screens. We start at 5. Pay-per-view starts at 7. August 25th is Bellator live on Spike, featuring the previously mentioned Blair Tugman. Finally on the feed that everybody in America, if you have Spike TV, you can see Blair Tugman kick some ass. His last fight, if any of you do not remember, we live streamed it. 6 seconds left in the fight. He slaps on the rear naked choke, gets the guy to tap, done and done.
Yeah.
And we brought him ice
No
cream.
questions asked.
None. And we brought him ice cream after the fight. August 26th at Pistol Pete's, Connor Promotions brings you the Party with Marty. Marty Jannetty is also bringing Al Snow with him.
The snowman himself, Mr. Al Snow.
Yes. The next day, August 27th, Al Snow has an autograph signing at Tanger Outlets at Foxwoods in conjunction with K&M All-Star Sports. It's the summer of fun, man. We are having too much fun. But after that list, what's on my mind is just about a week and change ago, this came out. Shaman's Harvest, Red Hands, Black Deeds. Our friend Nathan Hunt, who's been on the show twice. He's been my friend since 2009. This might be the best Shaman's Harvest CD I've ever heard. Ever.
I like it.
Oh, see, we already got our Jerry Springer moment. Angel's over there going, yes!
Well, not only that, I love how they went with the cardboard cover here.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, getting rid of the plastic and going al natural.
Only a little bit of plastic,
fantastic.
just to hold
Well,
your
you got to
CD.
have that. You got to have that. There's no doubt about it. But the cover itself, the artwork is fantastic. They've done a really fantastic job with their design, which you guys noticed with their logo.
I like the vulture on the back.
And
Did you not see that?
I see that. Soul Crusher, thank you.
Oh, Soul Crusher's a great
It
song.
is one of my favorites off of that. I have not yet listened to all of it. I've only gotten to...
Well, you've heard the come up. I've shared that quite a few times.
Yep.
Soul Crusher's one of my favorites. You heard our Jerry Springer moment from the Eternal Flame. Long Way Home is her favorite track. And if you stick around long enough when Scavengers track 12 ends, you're going to get a bonus track, which Nathan alluded to back on episode 42 when we did the Tour Bus Extravaganza and the Banana Experience. If you don't know what the Banana Experience is, tune in to episode 42. Get it from the archives. This is, I listened to another podcast earlier in the week, and they were like, what's the perfect CD? For you, what makes the perfect CD? Right now in 2017, Shaman's Harvest, Red Hands, Black Deeds, perfect CD. I'm doing a private review of this on the Logan Jaborni Show page later in the week, so stick around. You'll see it. One other exciting piece of news. I'm in the tail end of negotiations where every Wednesday I'll be recording a NASCAR-themed live only. It's not going to be a podcast, and you're covering my beautiful face. Audio only, don't worry about it. Every Wednesday, I'm going to be recording a NASCAR-themed video-only podcast with Corey Huffnagel. I've brought him up before. He interviewed me at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and we're going to be doing C&J's Speedway Report. We're going to have Ed. He's going to record everything, put it out to the masses on the YouTube channel. So go to YouTube, find the Logan Jaborni Show, and you, too, can get in on the NASCAR Fun and Games. Now, I will look up again. I know he didn't have a lot to say. He's dicking around on his gimmick phone. He's doing Ashley's here tonight. Hello, Ashley. Hello, Frank. Frank, you have to claim your prize from the Autism Challenge. You donated money. You get the prize.
All right, so I think we're about ready to bring...
I think we are. We're going to have to take a short break.
Take a quick little 5-minute and get the whole stage set up. And we are about ready to bring you guys some... Now, I never knew this. So before we actually go into this, I never knew that you could actually pair cheese and beer. I never knew there was an actual thing about this. So I'm actually really excited about this. I love my... Now, I have Crohn's. I'm not supposed to eat so much cheese.
We're just a walking wounded on this show.
But you know
seriously.
what? I don't give a fuck. Sometimes you got to do some pain to enjoy some stuff. And he looks like he got some fantastic cheeses here, and I'm really excited to see what goes
one of the things I didn't know.
Cheese, I've never even...
Nope, you're about to learn. One of the things I didn't know is I always thought beer was something you had at the bar, and then I became friends with Jim back in 1861, and... It was, if you're having this kind of cut of steak, you should have this kind of beer. If you're having this kind of fish, you should have this kind of beer. And seriously, when I bring beers here and you guys are like, oh, God, I can't believe it, and then you love it, it's because of him. So 5 minutes from now, Jim Lalumiere is sitting right here.
We'll be right back, guys. All right, so you're essentially going to
We don't have anybody to stop us right now, so we're still hot. For those of you live streaming, guess what? You're behind the scenes right now. I have nothing to say, really. I don't know. Dude, I've never had this problem. See, now Mike's in the box. We're in trouble. Reading my shit. How are we doing?
I'm looking for a pause.
I don't know. Ed left. Jim's trying. If you're live streaming, man, we're working without a net here. We don't know. The producer walked away.
He's doing something.
He's going to cut this out in post, and when you hear it on iTunes, you're not going to get any of this hilarity. Yeah, just don't hit anything. Let's just talk. Fuck it. Yep. Let's just talk to these folks. This is a first. This is a first.
Preseason upon us.
All right, preseason football. Oh, by the way, we need to plan an NFL preview. We could have Jim here. We could get Tommy Summers on the line. We can get a lot of people. The Hall of Fame game was the other night.
Yes.
Arizona and Dallas. I don't know who won because I particularly don't care.
Really give a shit, right?
Already Dallas fans are talking junk.
Oh, they're waiting, dude. Last year, it's the first time in decades that they got to actually get close to the game. And let's be honest, I don't think anybody saw it. Dallas fans, unfortunately, your star running back is already fucking around again. And
Silver bracelets.
Hot oil, man. Is this kid going to learn?
No. I thought, I really thought because Ezekiel Elliott coming out of the Ohio State program.
If he goes to the Colts, if he goes to the Ravens, if he goes to one of those type of programs, then yes. But because he went to Dallas, it sealed his fate.
Of course.
I think it sealed his fate.
Because Dallas, no offense, no, you know what? Full offense. I don't give a shit. If you're
Dude,
a Dallas fan,
they got rid of a kid that didn't do nothing. If
you're a felon, Dallas loves you.
Right, exactly. If you're not a felon, like this guy wasn't cool enough. He didn't commit the crime, so they got rid of him.
The two mistakes, not the two mistakes, the two exceptions to the rule of Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. Lived a clean life, did what they had to do, and did their entire career in Dallas. Ezekiel Elliott, Michael Irvin, Leon Lett, the list goes on and on.
Right.
How many people have to walk away in silver handcuffs before somebody says, the Dallas Cowboys are full of felons? It's like the University of Miami with a silver star or whatever the gimmick is.
They've been proving it for years, man. I'm looking forward to it. With preseason, of course, means that we're getting ready to have the great games. So, I mean, we're looking forward to it. What about freaking the Dolphins, man, my girls' team?
I can't say anything until the top 10 list, and that's all I'm going to say about the Dolphins.
Somebody showed me this fucking video of Ryan Tannehill going down. And I'm like, dude, this happened last year. That's real funny. And they're like, no, it literally happened like last week. And I'm like, what? He tore his ACL again? Are you serious? Like, what is this kid made of plastic? Like, get rid of this guy.
I seriously cannot say word one about the Dolphins until the top 10 list.
I hear you, man, but Jay Cutler.
Again.
It's official.
I cannot say a word
official.
about the Miami
Dolphins. You
Dolphins.
are officially going to the Miami Dolphins.
Okay, so while we're waiting for producer Eddie Focus, all you guys on the live stream, I want to bring you the breakdown of what's going to happen. We're going to take a small break. We're going to reconfigure the studio. We're going to bring Jim Lalumiere from cheesebeerfood.com in. He's going to bring us through these fantastic cheeses, these fantastic beers. When that interview is over, we got 10 minutes, split in half, 5 and 5. We're going to have his daughters come in, much like I've had my daughter come in. Alexandra Lalumiere, Darby Lalumiere. They're going to talk about things that are on their mind, and I might have a question or two just to make them laugh. You know why? Because I like, much like our entire 18-year friendship, I like laughing at Jim's expense every now and again. No offense, but that's what happens. It is what you do. Guys, this show is like guys sitting at a bar talking with each other. If you can't bust each other's balls, what do? Seriously.
Exactly.
So can we get a producer in here? I mean, I could get up right now and reconfigure, but everything is, we lost our producer somehow, somewhere, some way. He went to Best Buy, and we're rolling. And we're rolling. This is.
How do I stop it?
This
I don't know how to pause it.
I don't either. Nobody here knows the program. He went to Best Buy. Hot shit on the weekend. Well, guys, Roger Sposta joined. Jen Job joined. Yes, Will, this is horse shit from the Peanut Gallery comment section.
Oh, my God. I almost got you
Oh, here we go.
I thought it said horse shit, but it was bullshit.
That's all right. We could have painted over it. Are we there?
It stopped streaming.
I don't know what we're doing. Watching you from UVM Medical Center. Roger, are you in the hospital? What's going on?
Here we go.
Talk to me, bro.
3,
2, 1. And it would seem like we're back. Welcome to the summer of fun here on the Loki and Jabroni show. Loki's back. Our producer's gone. We have a new producer. Fantastic. Yes, we did. And here, finally, is Jim Lalumiere from cheesebeerfood.com. Welcome. How you doing? Excellent. Why don't you bring that closer so you can hear me? Yeah, well, we can hear you and your melodious tones.
Oh, I just want to say one thing.
Yes?
Don Baylor, you're dead.
Don Baylor's dead? No shit.
5 minutes ago.
Wow. Peace. Damn, I have no video.
Seems like we went actually in 2 parts.
Yes.
To let people know that. Obviously.
Oh, absolutely. I have no video. I don't know if...
I never actually found the streaming. I found the stop.
Okay, well, we have to find the streaming again because...
No, we're streaming. What I'm saying is...
Do you have video?
Yeah.
I don't have video.
You have to go back to Facebook and reopen it.
Okay. Well, that's good. So go back to Facebook, redo everything like I'm doing right now.
And you will find us.
Yeah, absolutely, because sometimes, Jesus, I don't know, we are just flying by the seat of our pants because our producer decided he was going to get up and leave.
Click stop streaming. You just
I don't know what we have to do, and I'm
gotta
looking.
Go to break video.
I don't have anything. I have a break. So Facebook is down, but we are on Twitter, so I'm going to let... Facebook is down. Twitter is streaming. So I don't know what the story is with that. What we're going to do is we're just going to talk to Jim, and I'm going to give the Facebookers where to go to find the feed. So the first question I have is, Jim, I've known you a long time. I know you've been a beer enthusiast. I know you've been a food enthusiast. Where did the cheese obsession come from?
Honestly?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I was working for... What was I working for at the time? I was working for the Offshore Ale Company, and I was a rep, and I ended up running into a cheese shop down in New London called Brew and Blue, and just started shooting the shit with them. And one thing leads to another, and I ended up getting a job there and realized I liked cheese as much as beer, if not more. And that's where my cheese came from.
More issues. I love it. I love it. So, as you got more into tasting the cheeses, knowing the cheeses, obviously your palate refined, and you found things that maybe the normal everyday Joe who thinks you go down to the local Stop and Shop, you get your mozzarella, you get your et cetera, so forth. You're finding things that your palate is saying, wow.
And it kind of blew my mind. Kind of like the whole craft beer movement where, you start with your Pilsners and your IPAs, and then you realize there's a whole world out there that's just so much more. And that's, I really didn't know cheese until then. And that really kind of got me into it, which is kind of cool. And that's become, that was like 2007. And And so we're 7 years in.
Yeah. And you've done fantastic. And the only thing I want to bring up is the one time you had me, and I've never been a cheese guy.
Morbier.
Yeah, exactly. There was a cheese called Morbier, and he says, "Here, try this." And you didn't even get it to your lips, and all you smelled was like sweat, feet, and ass.
It was delicious.
Oh, my God. For you, it was delicious. No, God, please. Oh! That's got good hang time. Is that Morbier?
No, that is actually Little Hosmer from the Cellars at Jasper Hill.
All right, fair enough. So what is the first thing you want to have these guys try? Because obviously I cannot eat the cheese, but I can try the beer. So your beer and cheese tastings are going together. And real quick, explain how you came up with how to pair cheese with beer.
Well, I didn't actually come up with that. But everybody thinks, when they think pairings, they think cheese and they think cheese and wine. Mm-hmm. And cheese and wine is fine. But with wine, you have reds and you have whites. You have limited flavor profiles in reds and limited flavor profiles in whites.
But isn't wine more acidic?
It's very acidic, but there's no carbonation to it at all in wine. So basically,
so you're kind of trading one for the other at that
right.
point.
So if you look at how many beers there are, how many different flavors, how many different flavor profiles to go with 10,000 different cheeses around the world, it's easier to pair.
How many cheeses?
I don't know. There's a lot.
Wow.
There's a lot of different.
I thought I had read something somewhere where it said there were 20-something thousand cheeses in the world. That's crazy.
There could be.
To me, that's crazy.
So, and what's nice about the beer and cheese is there's carbonation in beer. So, as you're eating the cheese, you can, when you're eating the cheese, you drink the beer, and the beer cleanses your palate, and then it gets you ready for the next bite or the next cheese.
Okay.
So,
much like when I want to say, for those that don't know, Jim and I shared an apartment together for a number of years where you would make something, food,
yes,
fish, chicken, steak, whatever, and say, try this and then taste this and watch how the flavors meld together.
It complements. You find
right.
a compliment. You find, yeah.
Right.
Which a lot of people don't. Well, I think more and more people now are getting the whole food pairing, thanks to Food Network, thanks to Travel Channel, stuff like that. People are, a lot more aware of what you can do food-wise.
Right. And to me, being a novice, I mean, in the beer world, I'm not quite where Jim Lalumiere is way up here, but I like to think that you taught me quite a bit in the great craft beers, not only of the area, but of the whole entire country.
Yeah.
But to pair them with cheeses, which I can't eat cheese, and B, I'm not a big fan of cheese to start with, so that's kind of
it's a damn shame.
Blessing and a curse in the same note. To pair beer and cheeses, it's got to take a lot of research.
The research is eating cheese and drinking beer, so there's a lot worse research out there.
It's a labor of love, indeed. So why don't you break out your first pairing, and we got our in-studio audience, not on camera, who would like to try with you. Mike's going to come back in just a moment, and let's put something together.
All right, so first beer we're going to have is from brand new brewery down in Norwich, Connecticut, Epicure Brewing Company. 3 couples of friends of mine started a brewery. They are at 40 Franklin Street. So this right here is one of their IPAs. This is I think I'm going to botch the name. It's spelled out orangutan, but it's pronounced orange Guten.
Okay.
So this is a 6.7% single IPA.
Okay. IPA is going to bunch the panties of certain ladies in the crowd, but let's not talk about it.
They may actually find that they actually like
with the cheese. We're going to find out. So I'm going to take this one because I'm a beer only business right over here.
I'm actually live right now, Facebook.
Okay, so Mike, on Loki and Jabroni. Nice. Welcome back. If you're on the Loki and Jabroni Show page on Facebook, we're back. This is Jim Lalumiere. We've already introduced him to YouTube. Twitter, the rest of the world. Now you got them here and now. Good thought by you, my man. So, real quick, I hate to have you do this again, Jim, but why don't you run down the beer and the cheese you're going to have them try with this?
Okay, this right here is Epicure Brewing Company from Norwich, Connecticut. Brand new brewery. They opened in May.
What brewery? I'm sorry.
Epicure Brewing Company.
This
is Epicure. Yep.
Oh, nice. So they're close.
Yep, they're right 40 Franklin Street.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I think they're open Thursday through Sunday. Bring your own food. They got cornhole inside. You got great bar.
You can order in, too.
You can order in. Yep. Me and Darby went down there the other day, and we ordered some peanut butter wings from Billy Wilson's. And sat there and had some beers. And
that's cool.
Oh, that's right. They're a bring your own food type establishment.
That is cool. Yep. That's cool.
So this is their Orange Guten IPA. It's a 6.7% IPA. And we are pairing that with probably my favorite cheddar of all time. It's Cabot Clothbound cheddar. Cabot makes it up in Vermont, and then it's actually aged at the cellars at Jasper Hill, which is in Greensboro, Vermont, which is about a mile down the road from Hill Farmstead. So if you're watching, Sean Hill, what's up, buddy?
All right.
So this is a dry cheddar.
Dry cheddar.
It's citrusy. It's
something you don't hear from a cheese. If you're a layman like me, you don't hear citrusy in a cheese.
Cheddar is better, baby.
You pass that around to the...
better.
I'll get these for these.
So basically, when you do a beer and cheese pairing, what you want to do, you want to sip the beer, which kind of wets your palate.
Correct.
You want to eat some cheese, get the cheese in your mouth, eat it, and then drink the beer again to cleanse your palate.
All right.
So let's do this.
You do that, and I'll be ready to cheer all you guys on.
So it's not a heavy IPA. Citrusy.
The nose is fantastic on this. I got to tell you, this is really freaking good.
You go a little cheese.
All right.
It's tangy. It's sweet.
Yeah,
It's salty.
Like cheese.
Ooh.
Cheddar's good.
This is Darby's absolute favorite cheddar. There's a little caramel in the back.
This cheddar is
It
fantastic.
changes the taste of the beer.
It really does.
Wow.
Yes.
And then you go back
Yes.
and you try the beer
Yeah,
again.
it changes the taste of the beer.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it
Here,
works.
take a little bite.
I cannot.
Just take
go-
a little
All right.
tiny bite.
All right.
Beer,
You
cheese.
don't need a lot.
Beer, cheese, beer.
All right. Beer, cheese, beer. Okay.
You don't need a lot.
Beer. Jim said beer, cheese, beer. So beer.
Yeah, beer, cheese,
Beer,
beer.
cheese,
beer
beer.
wets your
Dude.
palate.
This cheddar is fucking great.
Isn't
Yeah,
it
it
great?
is.
This is, yeah.
You can put this on
Okay.
a burger.
Oh.
Make some mac and cheese.
Oh my!
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God!
Mike's
Lobster mac and cheese with this would
See,
be.
his wheels are already
Oh.
spinning, and that's going to be my
This
one
is-
cheese for the night. I'm serious. I can't. Oh,
You got to write that one down for me.
Cabot Clothbound cheddar. I'll give you a
Oh
whole
my
listing of,
God! Oh, that is.
anybody, Twitterites, if you're out there and you want to ask Jim some questions about beer and cheese, please do so. Facebookites, I'm sorry, I don't have anything going on. I'm trying to find the feed right now. I can't find it anywhere. Anywho, so while everybody's enjoying their cheese and beer, I want to take Jim back to what I call this for us, for Mike and I. This is the summer of fun, but for you and I, the summer of fun was the summer of 2000.
was
I
concerts
think
out
I think
the
it was a concert every week,
We hit 8 shows that summer.
8 shows, and I think
shows,
3 of them were
Poison,
Kiss.
Kiss.
Yeah, I think Anthrax was one of them.
I'm sure it was.
Okay,
Possibly Motley.
Motley. Oh yeah, Motley was in there.
That was
in-
Poison at Mohegan Sun.
Yep, and Motley was the new Tattoo. I'm looking now, Mike. So it was the new Tattoo tour, which I always thought was an underrated album. Yes, we're back, and it says we're live. So
Was that the summer I was dating Bruce Kulick?
yes, the summer you were dating Bruce Kulick. If anybody doesn't know, Jim and I met highly by accident. We were bowling together, and one of us, I don't remember who, had an Anthrax reference.
you were wearing your Volume 8 Threaders Real shirt.
Nice, I remember that. That was a great tour, by the way.
That's what this was, right?
That's the Epicure right there.
Facebook Live. Thank you for coming
Thank
back
you.
with us. We apologize for the difficulties. Epicure out of Norwich, Connecticut.
40 Franklin Street.
This is a very good IPA.
Yes, it is.
They do a double IPA.
How much is a growler like this run?
I think you buy the bottle for $6, and then it fills for I think 12 to 15.
That's not bad. Oh my
And
God!
then you can just so they do an IPA, they do a double IPA, they do a really beautiful.
Somehow,
Yeah.
somehow, I think the Miller Brewer Company is going to lose a lot of business
I
because
think you might be
for
right
$15,
They do a cream ale.
Done
they
and
do
done, man.
A nice stout. They do a hoppy red.
okay. I like red. I've always liked the red.
It's a West Coast red. So since that we're on this cheese,
Yes.
I want to step it up a little bit and do a double IPA and see
This
what you're thinking.
Oh, I love double IPA.
Because you like double IPAs.
I love every IPA.
And Angela likes double IPAs.
No, she
Said
doesn't.
whatever.
Actually, she tried the Epiphany out of Maine, which I bought, which I thought was fantastic as a double IPA. And she took one sip and kind of turned to me and said, "Don't put that." Really?
No. She said.
Oh, she's not a fan. No. I thought maybe you were not a fan.
Maybe with the cheese, it may.
True. Because
It may mellow it out a little bit for you.
I don't like the IPAs because of the hoppiness, the bitterness, the bite.
cheese
at
is
the
gonna
end,
mellow, yeah.
And the cheese definitely mellowed that out.
Okay.
I will say that.
So let's give it a shot.
Let's do it.
So this right here is from Vermont, which is kind of cool because the cheese is from Vermont.
Yep.
And the beer is from Vermont.
And Vermont does a lot of great brews,
Vermont
too.
is so. What I'm doing with my whole goal is to write a book on pairing
Good.
New England beers and New England cheeses.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized that basically I was up at the Vermont Cheesemakers Fest 2 weeks ago and realized that I could make an entire full-time job just out of Vermont beer and cheese. Because
Actually,
there's
you
so many.
could.
I easily could.
Yeah.
So this right here
I'm still working on the Epicure.
Here.
So this one's for Angela.
Okay.
If she's ready to put some cheese to that beer.
So this right here is 14th Star Brewing Company
Ooh.
out of St. Albans, Vermont.
Before we close, I have a beer I want you to try. I would love to hear your take on it. Will, the nachos are when we do the Taco Bell episode, my friend. Let's just clear that now. This is beer and cheese. So,
You have another glass?
do I have another glass? No, but I can kill this one.
Okay. Nah, that's all right. We're going IPA to IPA, so
Right.
we're fine.
So, see how I did that? You taught me that. Oh my God!
you
Look at that. That's
I was really
a lot of
impressed with
IPA
that.
goodness right there.
In case, what we got here?
So this is 14th Star B72 double IPA.
That's I love when they put shit like that on a
All
can.
right, we'll try this one. You guys can try your cheeses with it, and we're going to have to take a break, and we will be back before you know it. Facebook, stay with us. We're going to do some extra stuff until Eddie gets back, only for the Facebook crowd. So Jim's cutting up cheeses for everybody, with the exception of me, thank God.
Oh, that's
All right. Oh, see, Mike is all up into this mess. Here, I'll pass that along if you don't mind. I did wash my hands. No, it's a different.
IPA.
This is a double IPA. So it's a little more fruity, a little bigger.
Beer, cheese, then beer. What? Pick up your microphone, sir. I know. That's fine. We can talk to them. We're going to do, you know what? Doesn't matter. If we have to take this to 11 o'clock at night, we're going to do it.
If you try that without the beer, the cheese is like, wow.
It's so fruity.
It's,
The beer is
right.
fantastic.
Double IPA right there. See?
Double
Oh!
IPA is fantastic.
There's no bite on this.
Wait a minute.
It's a very
I thought
smooth.
God, it tastes like a champagne.
I thought a double IPA meant
It's higher alcohol, but they also probably there's different hops in this. So whatever hops they're using makes it gives it different profiles. This is juicy. This is a very
This is a really good
They call this a
IPA.
New England style IPA, so it's juicy.
see how they say
really
New England?
approachable.
Yep. For the Twitterverse, we're going to take a break. For the Facebook crowd, we're going to keep going. We're going to figure that out when Ed gets here.
He told me how to do it.
So we'll be back
rock
before you know it. Twitterverse, Facebook crowd. We're
staying with you guys via Loki's phone.
Oh man, on the one night where we should have had something seamless, man. This is
That's all right, dude. Shit happens.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
keep going.
I'll
All
have
right.
to come back.
Yeah, so we are back finally. We are going to chop this up in post and make it wonderful for you guys on iTunes, Podcast Addict, Google Play Music, etc.
Do you know what we call this in the Army?
What do we call this? A clusterfuck.
We call this a clusterfuck, my friend.
What?
You are 10 up and 2 down, my friend. You are all 8 up.
I call this overcome, improvise, and adapt.
No, we did.
wow,
We did.
nice.
We
You get a
adapted.
fist
We
bump over
adapted,
the top.
motherfuckers.
That's one of my
So,
favorite things
ladies
ever
and
to
gentlemen,
say.
welcome back, Mr. Eddie Focus.
Holy shit.
I mean, what a run he just totally did. We got to give him a
Do you want to tell the
round of
people
applause.
what he did to make this episode happen?
So, in the beginning, we thought we
Don't leave
could-
out the part with the trans hooker.
I'm all over the trans hooker. So in the beginning of this whole thing, we're hooking it all up, and Ed's trying to he's like, dude, I forgot my fucking charger, and he's like, all right, so let's get your cheap piece of shit computer, Loki, and then okay, let's put that on there because the only thing I use, it did, it downloaded right.
It's still going.
It's still going.
It's uploading now. It's uploading. Yeah. So
Big fucking deal.
So
No, it's installing updates. So.
oh, there you go. So he made the executive decision to be like, I'm going to run out to Best Buy real quick. So that's what exactly he did because
Right.
my computer is actually still updating. It downloaded. Now it's updating. And so now we are live.
But now
So-
we're back on what's going to be on Wednesday night. Seriously, guys, if you're not already subscribed to the Loki and Jaborni Show, we go hot Wednesday nights on iTunes, Podcast Addict, Google Play Music, any number of
We
platforms.
should,
Actually,
I got a great
midnight,
idea. We
Wednesday
talked
at
about
midnight,
this.
it's available.
Wednesday at midnight. There you go.
We talked about this. We're going to do the MST3K version of Kill Bill, Loki and Jabroni
We
style
talked about this also only
on Patreon. On Patreon.
If 4 of you right now in the next, say, it's the summer of fun, right? 4 weeks. In the next 4 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh, you
Let's
want
make
2
it
weeks?
real fun. Let's make
All
it
right.
real fun.
In the next 2 weeks, if we get 2 of you to donate $5 a week on www.patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni, they will duct tape me to a chair. No beer.
No.
Obviously, because I
Not
can't
only
move.
that. Not only that.
Go ahead.
If you are in the Connecticut area, Jim is coming back, and he is going to teach me what cheeses to mix with the foods that I have planned. We have
Beautiful.
talked about lobster mac and cheese already.
Yes.
We've talked about other things that I want to incorporate. I do a nasty twice-baked potato, and I would love to have your confirmation exactly with a nice cheese. See, we will pick 2 Connecticut homegrown.
43% of our listenership comes from Connecticut, so 2 of you will come here.
Well, if you're a Patreon donor, we'll pick 2 of you to come here and enjoy this fantastic food and MST3K Kill Bill with us.
As
And
I'm duct
Jim,
taped to a chair.
As you are duct taped to
Do
a
I
chair.
get beer fed through a straw?
Dude, with 2 fucking... If we get 4...
If I'm duct taped to a
if we
chair,
get 4 Patreon donors in 2 weeks, you can have whatever you want duct
Thank
taped
you.
to that chair. All
Thank
right?
you. If any of you
Is it
weren't
on? Is it on? Listeners, is it on?
if any of you weren't on
4. That's all I ask is 4 of you. Reach. Can I get some music? Can I get some violin over?
You know what we need?
Can I just get 4 of you to donate just $1 a day? Give up your Starbucks
Christ.
coffee and
Do you
drop
see where
down
he's
to
going with
Dunkin'
this?
Donuts. If you just do that,
We could
for
feed a village.
we can
could tape
take
Jabroni
care of
to
the
a
Loki
chair.
and Jabroni show. We could tie him, literally duct tape, gorilla tape him to a chair. I have the chair over there. We're going to throw it away. It's going to be fantastic.
I honestly think that
2
beats
of you,
anything we've ever
we are
done.
going to put you in a hat. They're going to come back. Jim is going to tell me the cheese expertise. We are going to make some fucking banging ass food, and we are going to watch Kill Bill.
2 of you are going to be involved.
3K style, and it is going to be fantastic. 4 donators by the end of 2 weeks. And I'm calling it's happening.
All right.
It's happening.
So by the
before you guys
21st.
catch up, let's get everybody caught up. We did a fantastic cheddar, which we paired with
Epicure.
Epicure.
Any of that
right out
cheddar
of
left?
Norwich,
Orange
Connecticut.
gluten IPA.
So now, Jim,
And
what
we
is...
also did.
Oh, wait.
we
We kind of did.
we
We
kinda did.
kind of did. While the feed was down, we went Facebook Live official.
That was the
exclusive.
14-star B72.
B72,
All right.
which was a double IPA. And
Fantastic.
can I just say, and this is the reason why I wanted to bring this one back, a double IPA I always assume would be harsher.
No.
Therefore, you say double IPA, meaning, all right, here's your double IPA in your face.
Okay. Well, so double means more alcohol, right? So that means there's more grain, there's more barley added to the mash to up the sugars, which ups the
Right, like a whisk, like your whiskeys.
So
right,
you have to find that balance between the grains and the hops. You can have some double IPAs that are just like hop bombs that are just like there's no balance at all. This one, nice and mild, very clean.
See, that's what
You have that balance,
Right.
you have the sweetness, but you have the hoppiness.
you have. Some of these IPAs that just kick you in the face,
Right.
Right.
And I mean, I know sometimes that's what you go for,
And that's what I bring sometimes
right.
to the table.
And for me, as far as an IPA, for it to be a double and to be as smooth,
There's a lot of very, very smooth double IPAs out there.
I'm very impressed. I
Epicure,
really
I
was.
had Epicure's double IPA the other night. Delicioso.
Nice.
have to try that.
Don't
I'll have to
forget
try that.
Epicure. They're on 40 Franklin Street,
Oh, I'm
Norwich,
bringing. I'm
Connecticut.
picking up a growler for the next event. Trust me, dude. I am sold. I'm sold.
So, Jim, what is your next pairing? And
The next pairing
Thank
is
you,
actually
guys.
another
Twitter.
local beer.
okay,
We actually have Outer Light, which is down in Groton, Connecticut.
Groton. Wow, I never heard of a brewery in Groton.
Yes. So this is
For
their.
you folks
I
at
did-
home, I
I
made
have
some
heard about
adjustments.
them.
You can now see the cheese.
My
Oh, wow.
apologies.
So-
My apologies. I
I can
blocked
see
the
that
cheese.
now on the live feed. So,
So this is Outer Lights libation propaganda. So this is
Libation
about
propaganda.
5.5% coffee stout. So
coffee stout.
roasty,
Yeah, and I'm not. And Jim knows this.
definitely not
having known me for a lot of years, I'm not a big stout
I'm not a
fan.
big stout fan
However,
myself, no.
in the
Not a big
last
stout
few
fan myself.
years, I have become a little bit more of a stout fan. Here comes Lady J.
This is a lighter.
An oatmeal stout I can almost kind of go with.
This is going to be on the lighter
Now,
side.
you guys notice how he's pouring, too.
I do.
I want you guys to see this, like, seriously, because he's letting it breathe. Like, and that's what a lot of
Yeah.
people don't realize. When you get a beer like this, you want to let it breathe.
Right.
It's,
Well, and that's the thing. Cans are huge now.
yes.
Cans are a great product for craft beer because bunch of different reasons. It doesn't get light struck, so no light gets into the beer at all. There's less headspace, so it doesn't oxidize. It's easier to ship. It's cheaper to ship. It's cheaper to make.
Easier to pack in your
Easier
cooler.
to pack. When you're going camping, you're going boating, you're going.
I can just throw
Crush it
in.
down, go.
I can just throw in because Jim's been with me on a lot of these trips. Is to go to NASCAR, and
That's what I'm saying. Pack that, man.
the
If
more
you go
of
on
these that have
tailgating
cans,
parties,
they don't
you
allow
wanna have
glass
cans.
bottles in the track.
Absolutely.
If you want this particular beer or the what was that one? The double IPA. Say that again.
The B72.
14 star B72.
Okay,
IPA.
if you want that
fantastic.
for your race weekend or any kind of
You're not
event
stuck
that allows
drinking your Bud Miller Coors.
exactly.
Wow, this is
And you know what? Hey, guys, you guys have known me long enough. Hashtag Miller time. I do the Miller Lite, but I do, and Mike knows it, and Jim knows it. I enjoy these crazy
See, I go
local.
with something like this because it's cost
Yeah.
effective. But I mean, if you're going to a local brewery and you're picking up
These
a
are
growler
fantastic,
like
right.
this, and it's a better tasting beer with higher alcohol content, which means you're drinking less and getting more out of it.
What was
Not
your-
to mention,
What
the
was your
next
old
day-
saying back in the day?
Drink a local, drink better.
Drink better, drink less.
Drink better, drink less.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yes,
and
yes.
and that's seriously what we're trying to bring
All right,
across to you
so
today.
we
Now cut the
have
cheese.
a coffee stout, which
With-
is Outer Light from Groton.
Yep.
If you guys haven't checked that out, drink local, Groton, Connecticut.
Right.
So this is actually going with Grafton Village cheesemakers up in Vermont, and this is their Bear Hill. It's a cave-aged sheep's milk cheese.
So you're going to need 5 cuts of that, minus me.
So sheep's milk.
So when they say cave-aged, it could be underground. They could make actually like cheese caves, and the cheese goes down there.
Now, how do you make sure nothing fucks with that shit?
Yeah, seriously.
They actually put a picture of a bear on the front of this to say it was it was like
There's no
cave.
bear. There's no bears over there.
No
Oh,
bears?
okay, all right.
All right.
I know it's
Jim's
wrapped
handing
and it
to the
goes
ladies.
underground. So it's like mushroom. It's like mushroom temperature almost, right?
Right. Well, it's temperature controlled and it's humidity controlled.
You know what? I'm
And
looking.
it-
Wait. If I can interrupt you guys, I'm
Some of
looking
these,
over here to the
Jesus.
peanut gallery. I'm looking at Lady J and the Eternal Flame, and I'm like, "There's oh my god!" And now I get what they get. They're smelling it, and she looks at me. She goes, "Oh my god, it smells."
All right. So if you guys missed the
fantastic.
beginning,
Really good.
So
it's
sheep's milk
taste.
cheeses are can tend to be a little fattier. So you have goat, you have cow, and you have sheep.
Yeah.
Sheep's milk tends to be a little more fattier, a little more richer,
Hello, Mike. Hello, Amy. Hello, Kristen.
a little more yellow, which these are like So let's see how this works with the stout.
I love it. Oh my God, that might be the
All right,
best
so I
stout
got
I've ever
Guy.
tasted.
I got my baby in the house.
My
myself.
God, Jim, you know me. You've known me for 175 years. Never
So
been a
we're
stout
doing
guy.
the same
Never
thing,
been a
right? So
stout.
we're doing beer,
Beer, cheese, beer.
beer, cheese, beer.
cheese, beer.
Beer,
Jim.
cheese, beer.
Jim.
So you have the roastiness and the coffee of the beer to go.
Jim, this
No,
is the
this
best.
is a lighter stout. It really
This is the
is.
best
God, that
stout
is.
I've
Holy
ever
crap,
tasted.
that
I've ever
actually goes
tasted.
down like a soda.
Taste the cheese, then taste the beer again.
Yeah,
Completely new flavors.
exactly. Like what she said, new flavors. This is the best stout
I was
I've
just gonna-
ever tasted.
I was just gonna say I took a sip of the stout by itself, and I wasn't too impressed. But the minute I had it with the cheese, I'm like, it was like I'm drinking something totally different. Like
Really,
she said,
that's awesome.
No.
That's
Like-
a good beer can make good, decent food or decent cheese.
And vice versa.
It rises.
'Cause
It raises it. It really does.
there's two things I don't like: coffee and stout. So when you said it was a coffee stout,
You're like, fuck this.
I was like, this is gonna be a rough sell.
But you know what? Jim has known me since 1999. Full disclosure, I'm not going to say 1861. And every time he's brought a stout to me, I've tasted it. I've literally just convulsed.
that's-
This is fantastic.
and you can
saltiness-
smell the coffee. You can smell the coffee as soon as it's going there.
the saltiness of the cheese does something to the beer, and it's just like
It rounds it out.
yeah.
amazing.
While you guys are finishing up the cheese and beer,
so good.
most often than not, when
How you
you
doing,
and I have
Conboy?
gone on road trips, we always find a brewery. My favorite one was Ommegang. If you want to just have a good time,
Here's
Cooperstown, New York, go to the Baseball Hall of Fame and go to the Ommegang Brewery. Jim and I had a blast there in 2001
In the winter.
in the winter. Yeah,
We were
the
the
dead
only
of we're
people in town.
literally. We had the run of the building, not only of the Baseball Hall of Fame, but of Ommegang Brewery, of anything we went to. But it was like a culmination of everything that made Jim and Chris friends was beer, baseball.
Yeah, that was.
And obviously things grew from there, and we'll talk about that a little more as we go along. But that Ommegang tour
Really
was
solid cheese.
It's awesome.
where they really taught me. I know you were kind of into it, but where they really taught me, well, this beer goes well with chocolate. This beer goes well with steak. This beer goes well with like fried fish. I had never heard of pairing beers with food. You always hear wine with food.
Right.
And
And Ommegang being a Belgian brewer, American Belgian style brewery, they have they Belgian chocolates.
all right, hot topic, best Ommegang brew out there.
For me,
Yes,
my favorite is still Three Philosophers,
absolutely.
which
That's
is
my
their
favorite.
Belgian quad.
Amazing. I love the Hennepin, but at the end of the day, Three Philosophers is the
Phils.
best.
Yeah.
He hit me with a tongue twist.
Oh, we got to hit him with a tongue twister before so he
that
can
was
clean his
good,
palate
man.
real
That was
quick.
good.
Well, I didn't get to try that yet.
Oh, you want
Oh,
to
you
try?
gotta
You went
try
to
this,
Best
dude.
Buy there.
We need to grab a knife
Producer
for like
guy.
a plastic.
I
knife
was
for
doing my
scoopage.
job.
That
Yes,
was
you were
fantastic.
finally
No, I
earning
can
his
grab a
money.
plastic.
Eddie, focus.
I can grab plastic.
My man,
I-
I'm working on it.
No, we're good. We're good.
Eddie, here you go.
I come prepared.
Now, what is this? A peach apricot?
That's an apricot peach preserve.
Now, you want one? Okay, good. The Eternal Flame wants one too. I'm going to get her one. Now, I'm going to throw on my jersey real quick because this is the part of the show I promised to Jim. And we're going to just basically embarrass Jabroni because
That's amazing.
sometimes,
Isn't it,
isn't
dude?
it?
That doesn't suck.
Oh, my God.
No,
I got some on my hands and I'm licking it like
Wait
it's...
until you have this.
it's like I told.
Go
Ann
ahead.
brings over the meat cheese plate,
Yep.
and she always brings the apricot preserve.
We were just talking about that.
And let me just say, I'm ordering this shit. Don't bring. I am
I don't know where I
ordering
got
this
this.
shit.
You remember those old Planner commercials? And there's that one guy that calls
Pulling
it
her off
jelly.
for-
One guy
Please
calls it
pass the
jelly,
jelly.
and everybody freaks out. That's the shit right there. First person that calls
Yeah.
it jelly gets
gonna-
knocked the
Right?
fuck out.
You're gonna get
All
your
right.
ass beaten.
With my pinky out, motherfucker. Boom.
Before Jim gets into the next beer and cheese pairing, I
Which
have
is
to give.
really stinky.
I really have to give him this because as long as I've known him, which is now 18 years, he's been a huge New England Patriots fan. And this past February, Eddie's already given me his shit. Angela's already given me her shit. Do you want to just pile it on now? And let's talk about Super Bowl 51 for 3 minutes before
Excuse
we get
me.
into the
Being
next.
hit with truth is
Shut
not shit.
up, Ed. You're not paid to
I'll
talk.
sit around for this. Let me go knock another piece off. Of
Yeah,
this.
you go. You do what you got to do.
This cave,
I won't talk a lot of shit on it. It was a down and out day
dude.
for
I'm
me.
impressed.
For me,
It was a horrible day.
exactly.
It was.
And these guys will tell you
Ladies?
because these two were sitting and
more
let's
cave
throw these
cheese?
two into the mix. They were watching the game with me, and when the close of the third quarter happened, they were like, "Oh, dude, pre-order your shirt and this and that." And I'm like, There's a fourth quarter of football to be played. I've talked about this for years and years. You see what they're handing me, Jim?
I do see that. I was sitting there with my head in my hands. At
You
the end
should
of the
have
third
been.
quarter. But I was.
I was smoking
And then
I
it
was
just
smoking a blunt
little
with New England
by
Patriot
little,
fans.
By little. I
If
was sitting there with Steve Pistol.
Right.
And I was at his house. And
God bless Steve Pistol, by the way. I
Steve.
hope you're out there, bro. Good. I hope you're happy, man. I really do. I hope the world for you.
And I was down and out, and I thought that was it.
And
honestly.
see, these guys came to me at the end of the third, and I got hands on my shoulder. I'm like, there's a fourth quarter of football to be played because all year the Falcons could be up 35-0 and lose the game 35-31.
And the Pats could be down going into the fourth quarter,
And
they come back.
And how many times have we watched your team win the Super Bowl by 3 points, 4 points, 6 points, and
Except
it's all
against
the
the
last
motherfucking Giants.
Right? And we're not going to talk about the Giants because fuck the Giants. But at the end of the day, let's be honest. The Patriots have always been that come from behind. We're gonna lull you into a sense of security, and then we're gonna whoop your ass. Exactly. And we had an episode I don't know how many months ago about who the GOAT quarterback was, and unfortunately, the listenership spoke, and it was Peyton Manning. But Tom Brady was number
have the
2.
worst listeners ever.
Maybe we do, and now we just lost him because of Jim Lalumiere. But hey,
Sorry,
that's okay.
but you were wrong.
Hey, you know what? Tom Brady, we called it 1 and 1A. We didn't call it like Peyton and number 2 Tom.
I think everybody in this room said the same thing. Like we all agreed that at this point, Peyton and Tom Brady. Let's take Super Bowl rings aside. All right, let's be honest. As far as you
Men
being
don't
a
win
Patriots,
rings, teams
no,
win rings, we said that.
Hey, with that jersey over there, you got to be silent for about 35 seconds. Okay.
Good luck with that.
I know that's. But regardless,
the opinions expressed
Tom
by Jim
Brady is a
Lalumiere do not resist-
fantastic.
Seconds.
Yeah, it was. That was pathetic. That was even sad
Shut the
for
fuck
you, dude. That was even fucking sad for you. Tom Brady is a fantastic quarterback, but let's not take away who made him. Bill Belichick.
Oh, absolutely.
You throw
And
Tom Brady on any other team when he got picked up, he throws into the rafters. He ain't nothing.
But the thing is, Tom, besides Randy Moss, for the most part, never had that deep threat. It was always.
But what happened with Randy Moss with fucking Bill Belichick? You want to run your mouth? Get the fuck out of my house. What happened?
Right.
Moss was fucking out, right?
Right.
Bill
We had
Belichick
those
runs
two
a
good-
tight ship.
Right, he
And
does.
I tell people all the time, look, you're talking about a guy who learned from from some of the best in the fucking business.
And he's done it for the past.
And he
12,
has
13
made
years.
a
Yep.
dynasty
Absolutely.
on a fifth round pick quarterback. Let's be honest.
That was
And he
169?
right.
169.
Yeah, fifth round.
Yeah.
Like halfway through the rounds, you know what I'm saying? So you take all that into look into this. I mean, yes, you look at the fact that Tom Brady is what he is. But Bill Belichick is that team.
And he's
Every
surrounded
single
with who
person,
he's needed to
right? Exactly.
every single year.
And even if they start fucking around, what happened with what was that fucking little guy you used to have back in the day? And
Curtis Martin?
No, Tom Brady's fucking
Curtis
little
was awesome.
boyfriend when he went to
Welker.
Denver. Yes,
Oh,
Weckler.
Wes Weckler.
Wes Weckler.
I love
But when you lost Weckler, oh
Welker.
my
Welker.
God!
Welker.
Oh, I know it was Weckler.
And honestly,
I know.
I thought that was going to hurt us more than it did.
Yeah,
Because
but you got Bill
stepped up
motherfucking Belichick,
The evil
And he was
genius
like-
of the NFL.
he
Seriously,
was like-
there's
he
no
was
one like
shut
Belichick.
shut up, Let me do my fucking job. And who did he bring in there?
I've said
that
it.
Little
And
woodchuck
Jim's
kid,
heard me
right?
say it.
Danny Woodhead.
Yeah.
Woodhead. That
Woodhead
was
was fantastic.
But then he
Jim's
was only there for a year.
That's all you needed him for.
Jim's heard
And
me
then
say
he
it.
did his homework and he found a replacement.
Jim's heard me say
was
it. You've heard me
because-
say it. He's heard me
It was
say it.
because Welker came to him and said, I want this much money. And fucking
That's right.
Bill Belichick was like,
Bye.
what?
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
There's a team.
Fuck you, dude.
You guys have all heard me say
Right.
it. Don't discount Bill Belichick. He's the evil genius of football. Let's get
I said
more
that.
beer and cheese.
No,
Goodness
I've said that.
for the listeners. Jim, what do you? Yeah,
I've agreed
Tom
with that,
Brady,
though.
go.
I agree with that.
I got 28-3 across the fucking feed.
No, I do.
Eddie's fired, and we're
Tom
looking for a
Brady
new producer.
is the greatest
Go to
of all
www.lokijaborni.com. Apply for the job.
Asterisks because of Bill Belichick.
I may or may not buy that. I
will
really,
buy
I
that.
may or may not
I will
that.
buy that all day long. And if you got something else to say, anybody
I
in the
don't.
house right now.
What can I say? My team walked off the
I
field
tried
with a
telling you to
loss.
shut the fuck up for 35 seconds. How'd that work out for me? 5 seconds, dude.
I've done the same. How has that worked out for me? It never does.
Moving right along.
Yes, beer and cheese.
All right, beer and
Jim,
cheese.
Hit it.
Here we go. Here's where we get funky.
Okay.
We got some. Is
Let's-
that funky?
Let's bring the funk.
Is this the
Is
funk?
that the funk?
No.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No.
Jim's bringing
Oh,
Did I take
that's
this out of
the
your way?
funk.
Funk.
Oh, he's
So-
getting the ugly cheese.
We are sticking with New
I
England.
love Smutty
New England.
Nose.
You love Smutty?
I love Smutty Nose.
Nice.
All the Vice, my
Oh, no,
favorite.
that's-
The what one?
Hello to
Oh,
Kevin.
Vices?
All the
Vices
Vices,
are
yeah.
great.
Kevin Zills, Barbara Jean, thank you for joining us.
So this right here is the Smutty Nose Beer-to-Shire. So it's a Saison, but they use Britannomyces in it, which is a Britannomyces is a wild yeast. So it gives a little funkiness, little tang,
I love it.
little horsehair. Yeah.
Give me the hearts.
Bartender,
And then-
just leave the bottle.
And then we're going to put that with
The stinky
the
cheese.
stinky cheese.
It smells like feet.
I'm actually going to hold this up because this is probably
Yeah.
this is my favorite
Oh, you told me about
cheesemaker
that.
in the world.
Okay.
This is Jasper Hill out of
Jasper
Greensboro,
Hill.
Vermont, right there. They make Harbison. They make Windermere. They make this. They make Constant Bliss. Favorite cheesemaker in the world. So this you can in some local cheese shops.
Probably like Stop and Shop or like ShopRite.
No,
right?
not so much.
No, not so much. Wow.
Don't say the big names.
Yeah, no small shops.
Probably like the health food stores probably have a lot of this stuff, right?
Health food? No, cheese is not.
I'm
healthy.
still.
Well,
No,
this guy right
no,
there.
it really isn't.
They almost always have their own little like exotic cheese stand or
You have
whatever.
to go
Dude,
to,
this
like-
thing looks like a cheese Danish.
Oh, it's gonna be funky as shit. I used to bring their cheese in when I ran and built Police A Cheese in Waterford, but we won't go into that.
No, we won't because I was there
Assholes.
for Jim's rise and
you
fall.
can say that again. What? Assholes?
Assholes.
I heard
But
that.
I could do a DVD on the rise and fall of Jim Lalumiere
So
at
this
Please
right
Say
here
Cheese.
is a wash rind cheese. So
Wash
basically,
rind cheese.
a wash
Explain.
rind cheese is you take the cheese and you rub the outside with either a brine, a wine,
My God,
liquor,
the
Am I handing this to the
Funk.
ladies?
or a beer.
Okay.
dude, the funk that is coming off of this knife right now. It smells like death.
This is a soft spreadable cheese.
It is now.
It is a spreadable cheese.
Is it? Would that be normally how you would eat
The
it?
the
This
question
yeah,
is this how you
because
normally
as this cheese warms up, it gets
Yes.
unctuous. It gets
Oh my!
gooey.
Mike,
Kind of like a brie or for how long?
about an hour.
He just cut.
With cheese in
He
He just cut the cheese.
He just literally cut the cheese, and I am crying over here.
I noticed you put big heaping generous amounts
Which is
on
funny
there.
because
want you to taste
earlier
it.
today, Ed cut the cheese and smoked us up.
Yeah, that was bad.
And it tastes something like this.
Yeah,
It smells like broccoli cheddar soup.
it smells like broccoli cheddar soup.
Yeah, it does. It smells like
Is,
broccoli
it,
cheddar soup.
is this would you consider
Alex
this?
said it smells like overcooked broccoli. Today.
Okay,
So you guys
would you say this is like a brie, or is this like
No, it's got a bloomy rind on it,
okay,
like a brie,
okay, like a brie, okay,
like a brie. But you basically have this bacteria growing on the outside.
good bacteria.
Yeah, which gives it that dead body, sometimes aroma.
Broccoli.
You gotta love cheese that smells like a rotting corpse.
It looks like.
Just eating this without a beer?
No.
Oh yeah,
Stay
what's
there.
the beer?
Oh,
Yeah.
so we're pairing this with
Pass
the
it around, kids.
Smutty
Ready
Nose,
with our funky cheese.
the Smutty Nose Beer to Shire.
Looking
right.
forward to this. I gotta say, I love everything
thing-
I've had by
Nice.
Smutty
Looks like
Nose has been
butter.
I
like
got one
golden.
more. I got two more over on this side. Lady J, do you have your gimmick? I got it right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, even Ed's enjoying the nose of this beer.
No, like Smutty Nose is the
Smutty
best,
Nose is
dude.
fantastic. You know,
go to the engine room in Mystic. They got
Yes.
like 5 of
Guys,
them on
if you can
tap.
see this.
It's like the best.
You know, I would
is like
remember, again, I referenced earlier on the Facebook feed,
rough.
for those of you that didn't get to watch the live feed, and now that we're piecing this together wholesale,
I didn't try it yet.
I referenced that Jim and I were roommates for a number of years. He would bring home Smutty Nose, and every delicious
Oh my God.
offering was fantastic.
So honestly, I hadn't tried this beer with this cheese until right now. I was going on kind of what I knew.
Wow.
So, but have you tried the cheese yet?
Beer, cheese, beer. That's the rules.
Beer is the
Beer,
best
cheese, beer.
I have had in months.
Wow. Angela says that's the best beer she's had in months.
It's fruity. It's a little funky, and then you add these.
This is delicious.
Tried the cheese with it. I have not tried the beer yet. I have to try this. If Angela says it's the best, and her and I differ on beer often, I'm going to try this.
This blows my mind.
All right, so
Jim.
beer.
Really
Oh my
smoky
God,
flavor.
cheese beer.
Mike, you go
Oh,
first.
no, I
You
know.
have that smoky.
Mike,
you have that
please, you go
earthiness.
first.
Are you actually doing this?
I'm not doing cheese. I can't do
Oh,
the
you're doing
cheese.
the beer.
Okay, but you know what?
I'm going to offer my beer opinion, but oh my God, I
Oh, the
can't. I
beer
just,
is fucking
have to.
fantastic.
I love the sweet taste of
all right,
Saison
all right.
beer.
Can I get
so
like
good.
something to? Thank you, Angela. Thank
You
you,
like saisons?
thank you. I'm gonna.
And this is definitely a sweeter saison.
all
right
right,
here.
Jim, for you.
I can't drink them all the time because how sweet they are, but every now and then they're really good.
Well, a lot of
Ed.
times they're, but a lot of times they're really dry. This isn't dry.
You need to get the name of this beer.
Jim, for you.
Smutty Nose.
Take the bottle.
Beer
Just
to Shire.
knock him over on the way out. Just
Are you ready?
all right, Jim. For
Anything
you,
with Smutty Nose on it, try
for
it.
you, I'm going to try the
Okay.
cheese and
Smutty Nose has this smoky peach beer.
I
It's
did.
really
Add
good.
the cheese, and then go back to the beer.
without trying the cheese, the beer is fantastic.
great.
I'll give you my full.
Smutty Nose is awesome.
Here we go.
It's like a fruit salad beer.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Cheese is a really salty.
If not for the last taste of hops you get, this could almost be considered a wine. It's so good.
It is vinous. You're actually right. And Chris is
Okay.
vomiting into his hand.
No, he's not. But
That was awesome.
no, because I try to teach the kids the same thing. Try new things. All right, the cheese sucked. And that's just me. Don't take my word for it. Take his word for it. Jim Lalumiere from cheesebeerfood.com. Oh, my God.
Is that delicious or what?
Let me give you... Holy Christ.
the alcohol
my
on
eyes
the-
are burning.
Beer to Shire is.
Did you try the cheese?
Yes, I did.
We do this every week.
Oh, can we do this every week? Jim, can you do this every week?
That's 9.1.
No, I don't.
That's 9.1, and that's hidden
I,
nicely.
I don't think my Crohn's can handle it.
I got to get up in a minute.
No, it doesn't.
I really got to get up. Okay. Full disclosure, I'm not a big cheese fan. I can't say that I love the cheese. No offense.
You like the smell of it all?
No, not at all. But what I will say is, this might have been. Thank you.
That was actually really good pairing.
Thank you. He owed me that. He owed me that for a
It
long
was,
time.
it was a great pairing, but it smelled like you
oh,
left a
my
Whopper
Lord!
in the back of your seat.
It was very German.
A lot of people can't get past
Can I
the
can
smell
I
of cheese.
can I get my point out? Anybody?
Very, very savory.
No, German.
The creaminess was good, and on
Creamy and
on the bagel crisp, the salts of the bagel kind of balanced out the
Yeah.
strength of the
Salts on it, I'll agree.
And I don't like when we have like a cracker. I don't want to give any flavors besides maybe a little bit of salt, because basically the cracker is made to cleanse your palate.
Tried it before the cheese. Before we did the crackers.
How's that?
oh my
So they're out
God!
of New Hampshire.
All right, wait.
Portsmouth,
ahead.
New Hampshire. Smutty is awesome.
Jim's been waiting for this moment because now people are just shoving
Josh
cheese
Matt,
at
not
me.
Josh Matt.
Um,
People on Facebook will know what I'm talking about.
the beer itself was amazing.
It's a great beer.
I tried the cheese with the cracker, and everything was. Again,
Am I
I'm
a
not a
Portuguese
cheese
or a
guy. I'm
cracker?
sorry.
Well, I mean,
but look, that beer was fantastic. It really
dude, every
was.
beer he's brought to the table so far has been.
I told you guys a couple weeks ago, if there's two guys in this state that knows their beer, it's Jim, and there's the other guy that looks like Mr. Cotter. His name is John Brisson. I want to give him a shout out real quick. John Brisson, you're the other fucking beer guru.
Before we continue, let me just say this.
Oh God.
No,
God. No, I can still smell it.
When we're gonna, I know it is fucking funky.
They rubbed it on my nose,
funky
dude.
as hell, dude.
Yeah.
Before you even came up with the idea of beer and cheese, I went and I checked out your website. Which, by the way, if you guys have not had a chance to check out the website,
cheesebeerfood.com.
Please go check it out. He's got some great ideas, absolute great ideas.
And
not only that, well, hold on.
Go ahead.
Before we even get in, when you came up with the whole idea of beer, like you said, beer and cheese mixing, you almost kind of think, I don't know, man, that's kind of heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like beer is already wheat, and then you kind of mix it with the cheese, and it's really, really heavy on your stomach. But the way that you're pairing with this, right?
Little pieces. You're not going to sit down to a half pound of cheese.
Right.
You're going to sit down to an ounce, and maybe like 4 4-ounce pairings.
Exactly. And it's nice. Absolutely perfect. And I mean, I gotta say the way you've been mixing these, man. If you guys take notes, because he's doing a fucking hell of a job right now.
Up next, we'll be at. I already talked to Jay Vincent. What's up, Jay Vin? Epicure, and we're going to be doing a beer and cheese pairing at Epicure Brewing Company.
Oh, we'll be seeing Epicure. I'll tell you what. I'll be seeing you guys this week because I'm going to drop by and get that double IPA
Absolutely.
for the show.
It better be here next Monday.
Oh, it will be. It will be.
How many more pairings do you have
Thursday
for
to
us?
Sunday, right? Thursday to Sunday they're open?
2? All right. Quick question before you get to the next pairing. Do you have any recipes on your site, cheesebeerfood.com, that has anything to do with tonight's cheeses?
No.
Right
now, cheesebeerfood.com basically is kind of me pulling my everything together. It's my blog, it's my pairings that I'm going to start doing. It's my book that I'm starting to research, trying to really consolidate everything. So right now, cheesebeerfood.com is my blog.
Okay.
Which, I talk about my past experiences. I talk about culture night with my daughters, where we pick
that was fantastic. By the way, I read the last blog. That was fantastic.
We pick a country, and we do their food, and we cook it together, and we eat together. We listen to the music of that country, and really kind of immerse ourselves in that country. So when we did like Germany, for some reason Spotify was fucking up that night. The only German music I could find
Rammstein?
was Rammstein.
Yes!
So that night we had
Du hast mich.
Dude, we had
Ich tue dir.
Exactly.
I love it. No offense. I hate if those kids ever heard what those lyrics were in English, they would just probably fall down and die, but that's fantastic. No, I did ruin Rammstein for her. But as I get up to take a break, before you do the next beer and cheese tasting for everybody here, as Eddie sneezes, what in the future do you hope for cheesebeerfood.com?
Basically, it's pulling everything together. It's trying to figure out how to write this book, trying to tie in not every brewery and cheesemaker in New England, but basically what I would do is make a cohesive travel book, if you will. So if somebody's coming to New England and they want to go to Vermont, they're going to find this brewery and this cheesemaker, and they can put them together and be like, oh, I can get this and this and try it together. Or Rhode Island or Massachusetts. It's just pulling everything together at this point. It's me talking about my experiences as a chef, as a cheesemonger, as a beer rep.
And there's a reason why I've always called you the heavy metal chef, because you went to college
to Connecticut Culinary Institute.
Exactly. See. To become a fantastic chef. And in the 4.5 years that you and I shared an apartment together, there was never a shortage of great food that you were working on. And you know me, I'll never say no to somebody who says, try this. And you were like, try this. And it was fantastic.
I appreciate it.
I've got a question.
Go ahead, Dad.
We've covered this on the show, so I think I want Jim's opinion on this.
Okay.
How do you feel about the existence, as a culinary expert, of a water summoner?
Of what?
A water summoner. Someone who finds the best pairing of water.
I'm going to step aside
water and
now
entree.
because I think water is water, and I'm just going to go this way.
This
and
may
I'll
be
be back
the
in a
first
minute.
time I've heard of that.
We covered it on Do You Know What's Fucked Up? There's a video. Look him up. He pairs different bottled waters with people's meals.
Bottle, really?
Yes.
Well,
Like a wine summoner pairs up wine with food.
yeah.
He does it with water.
I actually saw.
I was going to say,
We covered
in
it
that
on the story,
defense, Janelle has seen a video where they actually took bottled waters and they showed the pH balance of each one.
you get
and
the mineral
certain
content,
ones-
you get the pH, you get the
Right.
whether it's heavy, whether it's.
Right. And that could definitely definitely affect the flavor.
I can definitely see you get that minerality.
Wasn't like some generic one like the best one? It was like weird. It was like
it was probably like freaking some
like
tap water
like
out
a
of fucking
Stop and
Colorado.
Shop brand or something. It was
Oregon.
like,
Yeah.
Tap water was actually better pH balance wise
Really?
compared to like Dasani and Fiji water and Smart water and stuff like that.
well, Fiji water supposedly comes from a glacier, so I don't know how
Yeah, well, we'll see
how much I trust a glacier.
I have a question for you, Jim.
Sure.
On camera.
What are they going to do when they all melt?
A lot of us here, well, 3 of us here that I know of, are big cookers.
Mhm.
Do you hope or will you one day, do you think, have recipes using some of the cheeses that you've experienced on your blog or even in your book? Recipes that you come across? Or recipes that
Eventually,
you try
yes.
yourself?
For me,
I know you are a big cooker as well.
I cook all the time.
Exactly.
I tend not to cook with cheese.
Okay.
I enjoy sitting down. I want the cheese. Just me personally. I want the cheese to talk to me personally, like by itself. I don't put cheese with seafood, even though I would like to start maybe trying a little bit just for fun.
Which what we just talked about.
They've
Yeah.
mentioned it a couple times.
I have actually
big
made
meat
my
and
own
cheese
cheese
board
sauce from
with
scratch.
Yeah.
And it's
dried
really
salamis,
good.
dried sausages, prosciutto,
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Which is that if I could have my perfect meal, it's cheese,
exactly.
meats, breads,
exactly
pickles,
so
peppers.
As you know,
Right.
Some
Yeah.
cheeses taste
You've already
better
got the,
with,
peanut
a
gallery.
dry sausage
Oh, absolutely.
as opposed to say a prosciutto. So I would be curious to find out, being an Italian myself, so I eat a lot of that kind of food.
Yep.
What you would pair out of these cheeses with, like a prosciutto? What you would pair with a dry sausage? What you would pair with a spicy soupy? So I'm excited to see.
See those. I would go right off the top of my head. I would go a sharper cheese, something bigger, like the Cabot Clothbound Cheddar, like a really strong. Oh my god, like a sharp provolone.
But will you have those kind of suggestions even?
Going forward, I think I'll have.
looks like a
I'm
murder
excited
scene.
to see that because
Go
I
find
do
out.
a
Look at
lot of
that.
that kind of stuff. So it'd be nice to
People,
see
it
because
looks
my
like a
cheese
fucking
knowledge
murder scene.
is very limited as opposed to my meat knowledge.
Sheep
Okay.
didn't know what was coming.
So it would be nice to expand the boards that I bring because those are just
Well, then that's
usually
good to
the
hear, and
highlight
that's-
of the parties.
And that's something that I can definitely look into now.
Excellent.
Now that I know that people want to see that.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you.
No, exactly.
And once we get a bigger studio, maybe we'll be producing the Jim Lalumiere cooking
might.
show.
Oh, wouldn't that be great for the Focus Digital Network? Have the Jim Lalumiere cheese and beer and cooking and gimmick
Don't
and
forget.
Shabit's Fernum.
4 listeners turn into Patreon donors. 2 weeks. 2 of you will be chosen. And Jim is coming back, and he is actually going to help me pick a cheese.
And I'm going to be duct taped to a chair.
He's going to do this.
Canceling my Patreon.
Exactly. No,
No,
you're not. No, you're
No.
not. You cannot
You're in the
cancel.
drawing. You're in the drawing.
All right.
You're in the drawing.
Can we bring
You're
the
already in
room?
the drawing.
Holy shit.
Not only that,
Folks.
you can do your meat and cheese bit, and he will give you the entire advice that you just asked for.
We are
We
at
have-
the half-hour warning, folks.
I'm ordering this
Well,
right now.
we
I'm
have
ordering
2
this
more
right now.
beer and cheese pairings, and then we have the 2 5-minute small, what do you call it, like mini things with the Darby and the Alex, because they are the stars other than Jim tonight.
So we will go fast
So
with these.
talk to us, Jim Lalumiere.
All right. So up next, because we're going to.
Is that a Foster's?
It is not Foster's. It's not Australian for beer.
Is that not
This is
Australian?
actually
Australians
Foster's.
don't drink that shit.
No, they don't.
The only
So-
reason I know what Australia looks like is because of the Foster's can.
So this is actually right here, Victor Brewing Company. They made a beer called. They usually make a beer called Golden Monkey. This is Sour Monkey.
Oh, God.
So this is
oh,
a-
God.
This is a,
Where's Zach when we need him?
So this is another. So the last beer we had had Britannomyces in it.
Yep.
So this also has Brett in it. Not to be confused with George
I'm
Brett.
glad I'm closing
Or
tomorrow.
her son, Brett. George
So
Brett,
this is
the
a-
greatest third baseman
this-
of all time. Thank you very
This
much.
is a Belgian triple right here.
All right.
Are we
9
mixing it with that?
9.5. We're actually going to try it with the Saint Andre.
Now,
Which is right in the front here.
I really like triples.
He's been
but a lot of
letting that.
people
He's
think
been
they're
letting that
acquired
sit with the
taste.
smoked maple syrup.
He really
This is
has.
going to be different than any triple you've ever had.
All right.
Because it's Brett. Because it's sour.
Who else has a...
Look, dude,
This is
he
mine.
poured this a while ago. I gotta smell this.
All right, this is mine. I'm just the beer guy. Everybody else is beer and cheese. So, guys, once again, if you have any questions, you go to cheesebeerfood.com.
Wow.
You click the little gimmick that says email Jim, and Jim will answer your questions. For the love of God, this is why we brought him on the show. And now, first
I can tell right from the rip this is different than what I'm accustomed
First disclosure, when I think
Yeah,
of Victory, I
it
think
is.
that bullshit green Monster Ale, which tasted like sweat water.
What?
And
That's not Victory.
That's an IPA.
are you sure that wasn't green? Victory did
Monster?
green
Wachusett,
Monster.
Green Monster.
Green
Was
Monster.
it-
was Wachusett.
That's an
Thank
IPA.
you.
Yeah, Wachusett.
Victory did. What was the one that I liked? I'm trying to think. Victory did something. You actually shared it with me, Jim.
Probably.
What was the one Victory did that was really good? And they serve it in Boston. When I go to the hockey games, it's always there. I can't remember the
Must be a
fucking
lager.
name.
They do the Prima Pills. They do
No,
You know what's really
Hot
sad?
Monster.
Is?
They
You know what
do
the
Dirtle.
saddest thing in this fucking
I'm just
place
showing
right
my
now?
I'm showing my Boston Red Sox hatred.
There you go. That is the saddest thing in this
That your
place right now.
Budweiser still
That's just still
sits.
sitting
It
there?
is just still sitting there. Look how long ago I poured this H2O.
Jim's a Yankee fan,
and
by the
since
way.
Jim showed up.
I know.
What?
I know. Jim's a
You're
Yankee fan.
You're a Yankees
Hey,
and
real quick.
a Patriots fan? Wow.
Off top of your
How'd
head,
that work out?
real
Hold
quick.
on, how'd that
Aaron
work out
Judge,
for you?
What are you thinking about Aaron Judge
I want
right now?
to. No. You shut your mouth. You,
I already- I know,
you
I
get a
came up with the
30-second
question
plus.
first.
How does the Patriots Yankees?
You have like
I asked the
20
same thing
minutes.
of Giants Red Sox fans.
You have 20
I
minutes.
agree.
No sports
No,
talk.
how many times have I said that though?
minutes?
How many times have I said
Of
that?
what?
I started
It's
out as a
8:35.
Beng-
I have to leave.
I know.
I started out as a Bengals fan. I grew up a Bengals fan. Then I realized that the Bengals always fucking
They're gonna suck, right?
So in '96, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to become a Pats fan because at least I can watch the games and see local games, and that's when we hit our
So
stride.
before that, you were a Yankees fan.
No, before
No, he
that,
was a
I
Yankee fan before
I was a
that.
Yankee. I was at the Pine Tar game with George Brett.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you
Yeah,
were
I've
you
been
were a
a Yankee
Yankees
fan
fan
since 77.
forever,
And
but then
Yes.
you became
Yeah, I
okay.
became-
Okay,
yeah.
I'll
All
buy
right,
it.
let's
I
get
got
the
you.
beer
I
and
got you.
cheese. We're on a
this right
time
here-
constraint.
Okay.
This right here,
I thought it was fantastic.
Saint Andre. This is a French.
This
triple
was a
cream-
request from our listener,
yes,
Crystal Key.
motherfucker.
Slap Jim in his head.
So this right here, Saint Andre. It's a French triple cream cheese. Triple cream cheese are very rich, very unctuous. 75% butterfat, so it's really healthy for you.
Butterfat.
It's going to taste like mushroomy butter. So to put it with this sour beer, it's going to be a complete contrast of flavors.
It's the best sour beer
And
I've ever
never
tasted.
I've never tried this together. I've never done a sour beer with this cheese. I was going on a hunch.
All right. I love the sour beer. It's the first sour beer I've ever tasted. That was
Never had a
fantastic.
triple before?
You're not excited to have sour beer, Sam? I am.
This is
Yeah.
actually a good cheese for a
Good
tequila.
cheese. All right.
The only reason why I can handle this beer beer right now is because of this cheese.
If there is someone that can go grab the two
this
kids,
beer is great by itself.
Alex and Darby, because we want to get them on before top 10 and before we close out, because Ed is yelling at us.
Only because you're sidetracking to the same Red
No.
Sox Yankee stuff.
It's
Look.
so buttery.
At the end of the day, the Yankees are the greatest.
But
It really
that
is.
would be good for the keto diet. For a lot of
Right,
people do
exactly. I'll agree with that.
Well,
I
technically,
can hear Darby already, like, I only need this.
technically you're not
Right
supposed
here.
to eat cheese on a keto diet, but
I do. My diet actually calls for it.
yeah.
Especially butter. Right here, honey.
So,
Well, paleo diet, you're not really supposed to eat cheese, which is
All
kind
right.
of a keto diet, but
all right, fair enough.
I can't go without cheese, so.
All right, so we have one more. This is the most fantastic. This might be
This
the
is
most
gonna-
fantastic beer I've tasted so far.
Yeah, well, this going back. Chris knows my history with Sebago Brewing Company.
Yes,
I was the Sebago rep for 3 years.
he actually created a beer for Sebago
I did.
that was fantastic. It was
You gotta
what you call
kill
it,
that, bro.
saison something or other.
Elegant Saison. It was
Yes.
a pineapple sage Saison.
Correct.
So this right here is this is a 2012 bottle from my basement.
Okay,
And this is their
I have nothing.
bourbon
I'm
barrel
going to give you
aged
this.
barley wine.
Hold on. You know what? I'm going to do this.
Finish that up, man.
There's probably not many of these beers left. Aged in Woodford Reserve barrels. This is 12.5%.
12.5. Wow.
12.5. Yeah, this is a big motherfucker.
Darby's dying over here. I don't know why. Darby, seriously.
Fill the glass, Mr.
Darby,
Baggins.
Darby, you're going to be on camera in 3 minutes.
kill
You
that,
have
man.
no idea. You're killing me.
smells
You're going to sit
so
on my lap. All right.
So we're going
I got
to
questions.
Everyone else is on. Me, I get the ego.
and we're going to put this with a big, because you can't put this. This is Sebago Brewing Company bourbon barrel aged barley wine.
And that's a big beer. That's a big beer.
As the name suggests, it's aged in bourbon barrels.
Aged in Woodford Reserve bourbon barrels.
After they've made bourbon in them, or
yes.
Ooh.
So what a lot of breweries do is they take said bourbon barrels. The bourbon gets emptied. The beer goes in. It sits. This sat for 9 months. The beer then gets pulled out, goes into the bright tank, gets carbonated, and then just kegged or bottled. So this right here
That's awesome.
is big. It's delicious, and that's going to go with the blue cheese, which is just a straight up Danish blue.
All right, here it comes, guys. All you cheese guys, not me, but
I usually only do it on hot wings, so this is going to be a first.
We got
Blue cheese,
those
really?
guys over here with the maple.
the beer is fantastic.
Maple smoke.
That's going to be by itself.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah, that's. I don't know how that would go with. So there you go.
Try that. Yeah. Nice.
Almost like a
Okay, I want to bring this
yeah.
out as we hand the cheeses out.
Yes.
I want to say what the Eternal Flame just said. She goes, "What this beer is a sipping beer. It's a very mellow.
This could be a dessert beer,
It certainly can. It is like a port.
and it's
And again, I have to throw the shine on this guy. I have to say that Jim Lalumiere, back when, taught me how to appreciate craft beer, because before that it was Miller Lite after Miller Lite after Miller Lite. It was this guy that taught me what craft beer was all about.
Still
and I
brings
know
Miller Lite.
way back when it was Sam Adams this and Brooklyn Brewing Company that, but as you got more steeped into the field, it was try this company, try this company, try this. When we went to Dover, you and I, back in 2004,
went to Dogfish Head.
we went to Dogfish Head, and I became hooked. That was when I realized that beer was something more.
and now there's 4,500 breweries in the United States.
Exactly.
Back at the end of 1970, there was
Holy crap.
Angela and I are always hunting out.
Holy crap.
Exactly. Angela and I are always hunting out the next big thing. We're looking for weird, crazy, local, or maybe not so local beers
So
that.
pass me one of them
are
over
amazing.
yeah.
there.
Let's try this.
Yes, do that.
Because
Do that.
I'm going to re-up that. So this right here is that same blue cheese. with a drizzle of
Oh, we're going to drizzle it.
Sugar Bob's smoked maple syrup.
Real maple
baby.
syrup, straight from the tree. This is not Aunt Jemima, motherfucker.
I just saw this in my fridge. I'm like,
Aunt Jemima!
this is going to be
Motherfucker.
This is actually going to be awesome. Or
All right, you grab yours. I'm going to pass this along. This one's for Angela.
It smells
right here.
good.
I know. Not a lot of fans.
Smells good.
All right, this one's for... this one is for...
The beer
Lady
does
J.
do something to the blue cheese, though. Once
Have you already had some, Ed?
Damn,
the
no.
blue cheese, yes.
oh
You need one
Damn.
more?
Yeah, you got.
oh yeah,
All right,
right.
all right. Here it comes.
Oh my god!
Here it comes.
Fuck dogs.
Dude, that is great.
All right.
Holy crap.
This fixes for me. I'm not a blue cheese.
Holy
Okay.
crap.
You're not a blue cheese fan.
Very pungent. I don't like the flavor of it.
This gives it a little sweetness.
We got a lot of Jerry Springer
Dude.
going on, but
Smoky.
Look, I could throw that on waffles.
right.
No, for real.
Yeah.
You
This-
can throw that blue cheese and smoked maple syrup on waffles.
This is what this episode was all about.
And we
All right.
back it up with the Sebago barley one.
The Sebago barley one.
So we're going to give the girls their...
We are. We're
their
gonna
spotlight
bring
real
them
quick.
in right now, and I want
well,
to bring
real
them in
quick,
one
before
at a
we
time.
take off.
The first one is going to sit on my lap.
All right,
the
that
second
that
one
works.
will
I want to
probably
thank Jim
punch
personally.
me if she sat on my lap. So
Fucking
first,
fantastic job,
I want to
man.
bring
Dude,
in.
Let's do this regularly. Seriously.
I was impressed. I was impressed.
Come back,
I
Jim,
really
please come back.
He's coming back for the Patreon donor.
Absolutely.
That happens without things. I'll
The
tell
first
you what.
person I want to bring in.
Cheese beer thing blew mine.
Really, you're going to do the Jim Cornette voice, and you don't even know Jim Cornette.
All right,
Darby,
I got to
come on
relinquish
in.
my seat.
All right, so Alex
Oh,
is
you
coming
can.
here.
Come on, sweetie.
All right.
You can sit on my lap.
I'm sorry. Somebody just told me a really funny story.
I know.
All right, come on
Somebody
over
told
here,
you a really
Allison.
funny story. Here's the microphone.
Can't help
This is Darby Lalumiere. She is probably the most fantastic child I've ever met. And I
Hello.
want you to tell your cheese story. Go ahead.
What do you mean?
Well, let Dad ask you the questions.
So, what's your favorite cheese and why?
Well, I have two favorite cheeses.
Well, what are they?
I like French mozzarella and what's the other one?
You tell me.
I can't remember.
Well, I know you like sharp cheddar, but what kind of sharp cheddar?
I can't remember.
Well, how about we refresh your memory?
It's
Oh, Dad's going to cut
Hey.
you some cheese.
Here you go.
Dad, cut the cheese.
oh, come on.
Oh.
Hey. What is it?
It's my show. I can do what I want.
Cabot.
Remember.
Cabot. What?
Have a Clothbound.
Oh, clap.
That's right.
You can say
Jabroni, don't distract
You
the
can-
talent.
You can say that better than I can.
Eat it.
Eat it.
You.
Yeah, you.
I'll take it.
Why is Cabot Clothbound your favorite cheese?
Because it's really strong.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your dad.
Is your dad really
You
strong?
wish.
No.
Can I ask you a dumb
He's
question?
weird.
Just what?
He's weird.
He's weird. Let me turn this real quick. If I can ask you one question, what is the dumbest thing your dad has ever done
Ooh,
that
that's a
made
hard
you
one.
laugh?
Wow.
He's done a lot of dumb things.
Seriously, what is the?
I don't know. There's so many dumb things he's done.
But if there's one thing, like one thing ever in your 8 years, are you 8 now?
7
7? Okay, almost 8
and
years.
a half.
Oh, sorry. In your 7.5 years, what is the dumbest thing that Dad has ever done that made you laugh? Like existed? You're killing me.
Yeah, probably.
No, come on, Darb. You can do better than that. You're smart. Is there a story you could tell about Dad that would make people laugh about how goofy? Because I know how goofy he is. He's my friend. But for you, that's your dad.
Mm-hmm.
What has he ever done that's made you laugh so hard you almost peed yourself?
Simply looked her in the
Oh,
eye.
see, I got you there.
Tries to sleep
He
without
tried to
drooling-
sleep.
without snoring.
Oh, wow.
Dad, you try to do that every single night, and it almost makes me laugh. It's just so hard.
Okay, let me ask you a different question. I know you and your dad
All
do
secrets
a lot
revealed
of great
on this show.
things with food, and you do a lot of ethnic nights about Greek and say Spanish and etc.
Oh, you like culture nights?
Yes, culture
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite culture night with Dad?
Probably the last one we did.
Which is
The I think it's the Jamaican one.
Oh, we did Jamaican.
Jamaican, nice. What'd
We
you eat?
Jamaican.
Really?
last
You
Yeah,
went Jamaican?
Jamaican chicken and rice with what's it called?
Pigeon peas and
pigeon
coconut.
peas and coconut milk.
Nice.
And I think that, carrots and parsnips too,
Okay.
with a lime sauce thingy-majiggy.
How could you say that over make your own sushi night?
Alex somehow has
I don't
taken
know.
over Loki's
Ooh.
microphone, so now she's over there. She's,
Oh yeah, I'm running the show
she's
now.
now co-hosting with me. Welcome to the Alex and Jabroni show, but that's okay. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you.
What was your question again, kid?
Which one of us? Me?
Yes, you with the head.
How could you choose Jamaican night over make your own sushi night? I mean, it was the biggest fail of all time, but it was
Oh,
still
yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
Oh, tell me about the biggest fail.
Oh yeah, we can't make sushi to save our lives.
Why?
Well, Dad can sort of, but mine just falls apart, and so does Darby's.
Okay.
We basically had an entire plate of just like nori, rice, and assorted
Please
fish.
welcome Alexandra Lalumiere to the podcast. I was going to have 5 minutes for her, but she kind of just hijacked everything. I love it. Thank you, kid. You,
like to make
you,
side
beautifulness.
Yes, me.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't have a head.
You do have a head. It's
said
right here.
You, the one with the head.
I already talked-
Am I suddenly decapitated?
Yes.
This is why you're my favorite kid ever.
Why am
Excuse me.
Alex, why am I decapitated? Tell me one reason why I'm
All
decapitated.
right, let's get past that. So culture night. Your favorite culture night was Jamaican,
Yes.
and why was that?
Because I loved the chicken and rice. I just didn't like I liked the carrots, chicken, and the rice. I just didn't like the pigeon peas and
Pigeon peas?
the crisp on the chicken.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of
And
peas
rice.
either.
Now, if you could help our listeners
They're more
understand
beans, they're more
that.
bean-like.
If I eat peas, I got to put vinegar on them.
Oh, yeah, I would wait for Eddie. In the 5 years that we spent together, do you remember Sit and Chat?
Yes.
Where you would have me sit down and listen to whatever you wanted to talk to. And there were times where I'm just like falling asleep. I'm just like, oh, God. Oh, Darby's talking about this.
Hashtag heroin.
Hashtag heroin.
No.
What was your favorite book to tell me about? Do you remember the book?
It was the one with a lot of pages.
Oh,
Like, the
God,
one
you're
with
killing me.
The thing with the page 47.
You're starting to sound like your father right here. The ocean book.
Yes.
Yes, with the whales and the sharks
And
you.
the dolphins on 147 or something.
147
It was
sounds
147,
about right. Yes. And I wanted you to have this couple minutes before I talk to your sister, and I know it's not going to be as exciting. I'm kidding, Alex. I just wanted to have this few moments to talk to you. I wanted to have the whole Lalumiere family on here and have this fun, exciting time.
Wait.
Go ahead.
sure it's
Nope.
exciting?
Hey, when it comes to Darby, I have to stop. Go ahead.
You missed one.
What did I miss?
You missed our dog.
Taco Skywalker. I
And
know.
the fish.
Skywalker.
The fish.
You have
the
a fish?
Yep.
We have
fish.
We have
What's
two
the fish?
They're Seek, Destroy, Frisk, and Kara.
Nice. You live the metal lifestyle, Darby, and I love you for that. And I'm sorry it took this many years, but now I'm giving you a hug because, oh my God.
Me too. Ow.
Yeah, that's what you used to say back then. I'm going to give you a hug.
That hurt.
Yeah, well, it always did hurt.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Darby, for being a part of my podcast. Thank you so much for bringing. By the way, why is that your favorite cheese? Why is the Cabot? What was the name of it, Jim?
Cabot Clothbound.
Cabot Clothbound. Oh shit!
Well-
I don't even need Jim.
I like that and provolone cheese because,
Why provolone?
well, it depends on what mood I'm in because the Cabot Clothbound cheese is really strong. And then it just kind of takes over the flavor of the cracker.
Okay.
So sometimes I like
I agree.
that. And other times I like the provolone where it's a good flavor, but the
Okay.
flavors that it has are just good.
You know what?
Like the small flavors that it actually does have are really good.
Your dad has raised you right. Your dad has raised you proper. I have never, ever, ever said this out loud. I've said it out loud, actually. I should say that. You've always been one of my favorite kids ever. I'm going to give you a hug. No. Yes, I am. I'm going to give you a hug. And now I'm going to ask you to go this way.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, and now for the next 5 minutes, in Loki's chair, I have Alexandra Lalumiere.
Alex.
And now comes the deep, dirty. Da, da, da. You, in the last 3 years, have grown up a little differently than I thought you would, but I'm glad to see that you have a sense of individualistic style.
How did you think I would grow up? I'm actually curious.
Strangely enough, I thought you would be mulleted like Dad was back in the day with Motley Crue and all this other stuff.
Fair enough.
For me...
But Motley Crue isn't even mulleted anymore.
No, Motley Crue is exactly.
It was good when it lasted.
You can go back upstairs, dear. Thank you very much. Now, Alex, I heard a story about 2 months ago. Your dad and I sat and we had lunch together and beers and more beers. And he told me a story where he said, I wanted Alex to understand that at 13, that it's okay every now and again that you can express yourself and say cuss words and et cetera, so forth, and you use the F word like a comma. So you have to.
I did.
Don't be sad. I'm proud of you.
We're going back to.
You have green hair for what it's.
Oh.
You have green hair for what it's worth. What I'm saying is. Yeah, you're liberated, and it's
It actually
good.
looks like it used to be blue, but it faded.
Probably.
It was bluish, greenish, and then
And now it's
it was
grayish,
weird.
greenish.
like my hair.
Blonde underneath it all.
Have you seen my beard? Seriously, we kind of got the same color going on.
You gotta see my girl Morgan. She'll give you rainbow hair.
I would love rainbow hair, but my grandmother would
I
kill me.
know you like a lot of the same music your dad likes, but tell me about some of the bands that you like that your dad may not like. Oh, we've hit on to something now.
First, there's Panic at the Disco.
Oh, God. 21
Dad.
Pilots I have no use for,
Let
but...
me shine. You don't understand me, Dad. You just don't understand me.
You're horrible.
Oh, my God. Hit the trigger warning.
And run with it. Go. I won't talk.
He hates Panic at the Disco, 21 Pilots, and Fall Out Boy, and My Chemical Romance.
Okay, My Chemical Romance I actually do dig.
They are great. I love them.
However, the rest of the ones you mentioned, I'm not so fond of, but I want to hear your take on why they're awesome.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they're sort of a mix between, well, they're very punk, but they're also, I guess you could call it alternative emo, yes.
Okay.
But
If it was emo, they wouldn't even be popular.
Probably.
they are popular, to be honest.
Then they can't be emo because that's like being a sellout.
What do you mean?
Emos don't sell out.
Yeah,
Be
really.
surprised.
Well, they're not real emos
You know how
anymore.
much money I've spent on songs?
See, emos when we were
Your
kids,
money or dad's money?
Emos when we were kids were hardcore.
Man, Alex, I'm not messing with you. I'm just asking you a question.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm deep.
It's not really dad's money. It's more like
Mom's money.
collective money from people
Okay.
that had gotten me gift cards.
So, you've mentioned Panic at the Disco. What is so awesome about them that you carry the torch?
I don't know how to describe it really. I guess it's their sound. Brendan Urie, the lead singer, he's got a really good voice. It's almost like Frank Sinatra, but
Wow.
but like more modernish, more
Okay.
punkish.
I could buy that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the band, but the singer, I could buy that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no one really knows the band. It's more like Brendan at the Disco.
Well, if you're, and I hate to say this because as a 44-year-old guy and you're a 13, 14,
13.
help me. I was there when you were born. I'm sorry. I don't remember
all right.
how. Thank you,
I
kid.
don't remember what I had for breakfast.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, if I had breakfast at all. So I'm with you.
I know you didn't have any cheese,
No, I didn't. Thank you.
did.
Yeah.
and you still are.
Jim obviously did. Once again, cheesebeerfood.com. Jim Lalumiere. Look him up. What is the best concert you've been to with Dad?
With Dad?
With Dad.
That's really hard. Monomarth was a lot of fun.
Wow, nice.
Do I really have to say it?
Yes.
And
Goat whore.
Goat whore! See, that's metal, baby.
But what was your favorite?
What was your favorite?
It's so hard, though.
That's what she said.
This is a family show.
I want
No,
to
it's not.
leave.
Not this week.
This is my family.
This is a family show.
This is his family. We can do this.
Actually, I can't shame him because I have to tell you a story. One day,
Go ahead. That's what the show's for.
when we were me, Mom, and Darby, and my stepdad, we were at Pepe's Pizza in Mohegan Sun, and Darby wanted another pizza, so Mom goes, "You want me to cut it up? It's really long." And without thinking, I blurt, "That's what she said." And my mother just looks at me and goes, "Alexandra Joy Lalumiere, don't you ever say that again."
I would have given you a fist bump. I would have given you a fist bump and bought you a beer because that was badass. Thank you for being the same Alex I've always known you to be.
You're welcome.
You know, I'll never forget. There was a story your dad told when you were a little girl, and this is where we're going to end this particular part of the interview before I get into the top 10.
Is this fuck?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wait. The TV
Jim, do
or
you
the
want to
camera?
tell a story? Because I'd love to hear you tell it.
All right. So Alex was about 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old, and she walks in the room. I was on the computer, and
Wait. The TV or the camera?
both. So the TV, we were watching DirecTV.
Yep.
And it was on the timeout mode, so it was in screensaver. I can do this in 30 seconds. So the TV was in screensaver mode. So she comes in and she goes, Daddy. She goes, the TV's screwed up. I said, I'll come and fix it. She walks away, she goes, fucking TV. So I'm like, she's 2.5. I don't think I hear her correctly.
I'm proud of myself.
So
You should be.
So I wait a couple minutes. She comes back in. She goes, Daddy, the TV's just screwed up. I said, I'll come fix it. She goes, it's still screwed up. She goes, fucking TV. I'm like, listen, we don't say that word.
I didn't realize
That's an
it
adult
twice.
word. She goes, okay, that's fine. She goes into her room. She starts playing with this Fisher-Price camera. It's not working for her. 30 seconds later, she comes in. She goes, Daddy. She goes, my camera's not working. I said, all right. I said, bring it in. She goes, fucking camera. I said,
Wonder where I got that from.
I said, what did I just say about using that word? She looks at me dead in the eye and she goes, I didn't say TV. I'm like,
Wonder where I got that from.
Exactly, Alex. And that's why I want him to tell that
And
story.
don't lie, you laughed the first time.
Yes,
I
he
laughed.
did. He
Why?
told me that story the next day, and it was full of laughter.
I bet.
We all laugh
Little
until we hear our parents echoing in our ears like, don't let them say that.
Pretty much. Alex, thank you. Darby, thank you. Jim, thank you. I'm going to ask Alex to stand up, and we're going to bring Loki back. And now, Eddie, if you would roll that beautiful bean footage.
This week's top 10 is
All right.
brought to you by
not
Sublime Ink Tattoo in Groton, Connecticut. If you have a piercing or a tattoo that you
Stinky
want to do,
cheese.
you go to Sublime Ink Tattoo. You go see my man Falcon Dave Kovalik. You go see Dana Batts, the Batgirl. You go see Justin Furr. Or if you're feeling saucy, you go see...
There is no other nightmare like this cheese. Dave, the Nightmare Kruger.
You also go see any one of our affiliate links at www.loganjaborni.com. We got WWE. We got King Cooler. We got Amazon. We got all sorts of great affiliate links. If you are out there and you're shopping, no hidden fees, no extra charges. You go see our affiliate links, and they'll hook you up. They kick back just a butt hair of the proceeds to us to cover production. Now, before I introduce...
Dude, you know what?
Go ahead.
When I used to hear the phrase "cut the cheese,"
Yep.
I never was like, oh, whatever, dude.
Now you know.
Right.
And you're like, what the fuck is that?
Why the fuck did he cut the cheese? Like,
Jim is still cutting.
it was good, dude.
Yeah.
It really with that bagel, it was fantastic. Like Ann said, with the salt, just compliment. It really when you looked at it, it looked like a dessert. It looked like a custard, like sitting on my cracker.
No, yeah.
Well, it's like cottage cheese. You got to get
Super
past
thick.
the texture, and then you find out it's not that bad.
Right, exactly.
Now, I'm not a cheese guy. I think I tried 3 of them.
Oh, dude, he brought it good.
Which is 3 more than I thought you were going to.
Exactly. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jim. Now, earlier in the episode, I said I wasn't going to mention
went back
Jay
for it.
Cutler and the Miami Dolphins until the top 10, and now here it is. So, this week's top 10 is the top
This
10
is Jay
things.
Cutler right here.
Wow. This week's top 10 is the top 10 things the Miami Dolphins fans wish Jay Cutler would do rather than play for the Fins. Honorable mention is die. Just fucking die.
That's the end of the top 10 right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tuning in.
It could be. Number 10, become the co-host of Bill Nye's current Netflix show.
Which is up for an Emmy.
Exactly. Number
For
9,
best writing.
join the Fuck Knuckle administration as long as no sensitive classified material gets intercepted, you dirty bastard. Jay Cutler has the highest interception ratio
gets intercepted with Jay
in the
Cutler.
last 20 years. Has anybody researched that other than me? No.
No, yeah, hello, they're my
Yes,
division.
I know they're in your division, but Jay Cutler has the
Not the
highest
division again.
interception. Look, we still have people dying for cheese. Jim is handing it over.
That is the best.
Number 8.
That cheddar is
Can't make
fantastic.
Clothbound cheddar.
One of the things that Miami Dolphins fans wish that Jay Cutler would do other than play for the Fins, become the Packers quarterback coach.
I would love that.
I know you would.
I would love that.
Number 7, open a pizza joint. Better pizza, no injuries, Papa J's. Number 6, join the NBA. It's that simple.
Make a lot of money.
Exactly, he could. Number 5, become a successful actor and commercial pitchman and then murder his wife. It's been done. It could happen.
I don't think it's been done by a white guy.
Not by a... don't
not-
get me too soon, you dirty bastard.
It has not been done by a white
been
man
22 years.
successfully.
It hasn't been done by a white man successfully. Number 4, steal all Loki and Jabroni's ideas and expertise and start his own show.
Wait a
Mr.
minute,
Cutler,
no.
the terrible QB.
That was not Mr. Cutler. We all know who the fuck that was. It was not
here
Mr.
we
Cutler.
go.
It was
Here we-
beep, 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 beep.
I'm just going to get some really great maple. I'm going to get some really great maple and...
Get that. Get the cheese.
No,
No, I
get the
can't.
cheese. Oh, I want more of that cheese. Yeah, that
All I'm
fucking
saying,
shit
with a mouthful of food,
Try that with the barley wine.
you steal our ideas, you steal all our gimmicks. Fuck you.
Hold on.
Oh, Mr. America?
Yes, Mr. America.
Oh, you like my Jerry Springer now, don't you?
Anyway, number 3.
Nice catch.
I got that.
Jay Cutler could go to the deck in Westbrook on August 20th and join the Logan Jabroni show party.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll interview him.
Number 2, he could become Eddie Focus's personal wingman, right-hand man, because we overworked the shit out of Eddie. As we learned tonight. And number 1, the one thing that Jay Cutler could do other than be the Dolphins quarterback, just retire already. Seriously, get out.
It didn't work for Brett
Go
Favre.
home.
I was going to say Brett Favre.
good dude.
I really
Brett
was.
Favre. Seriously.
That was the sour?
No, that was the barley wine.
We still have
That was good.
beer and cheese
That was
gimmicks
good.
going on here.
No, we still are. Guys,
Pass
no
that shit.
Patreon tonight, but I am daring you right now to
Oh my God!
as Lady J
Lady J broke
Godzilla's Little Tokyo.
Wow.
Valhalla.
This is what happens when you come on.
I can see this.
Jim. You want to come down quickly? We could do this.
So, look,
Loki,
I mean,
Jabroni,
it's great
Bone
because she even hit the
Crusher,
camera.
etc.
Hold on, she even hit the camera.
Loki, Jabroni, and
Adjust the
Jim
camera.
Yeah, why not?
She really was Godzilla.
When it comes down,
Bob Backlund in here went off better.
exactly. When it comes down to it, I want to say thank you to Jim Lalumiere.
Fuck you guys.
I want to say,
The dare.
what dare? Oh, Jesus.
4 new Patreon donors.
Next 2 weeks.
Connecticut. All right, I'll buy it.
Hi, Darby.
Connecticut Patreon donors will be thrown into a hat.
Come on.
And not only that, depending on your donation,
You remember my
we'll
feeding
give
tube?
you extra
Yes.
pulls
That's why I'm not
into the
messing
hat.
with you.
Yeah, you were.
2
Sorry.
You were
people
touching
will
it.
be brought into the Valhalla Studios. We are going to be making definitely
when I say
lobster
go,
mack and
you say
cheese.
good
And
night,
you're going to be
everybody.
picking a cheese.
Okay.
You're going to be picking something to go with
do it.
lobster mac and cheese.
Absolutely.
You said you didn't want to do it, but I'm calling you
You're
out on
you're
this.
you're, you're throwing the gauntlet. I'm
Yes.
picking that gauntlet up
And
That
Ange
first
also
one.
said,
That
now
first
hold
one.
on. Ange also said earlier she wanted to mix her whole meat and cheese platter
with
Your
pairing
ideas.
some meats with some
Right,
cheeses.
Right. So
Absolutely.
So you're automatically invited. You have been a Patreon donor since day one, and your question was fantastic. So you're automatically invited to the Kill Bill MST 3K Loki and Jabroni.
Yeah,
style.
basically tape Chris to a chair. Yeah, as if she'd say no.
You see that red chair
You
right
are
there?
designated.
Do you see that broken red and black chair over there?
And then cover him in
Do you
honey,
realize how,
and then dump the
that-
Shut up, Jim.
pants on him.
Shut up, Jim.
strapped to
I'm
that
sorry.
chair right
I thought
there.
that's where we were going.
And we are
And then
gonna
we're going
put
to leave
that
it
shit
alone
up.
and let you do whatever you want.
When I squeeze your leg, you say good night, everybody.
Just don't get it all over my
When I
stuff.
But we
squeeze
will
your
be
leg
picking
like this.
2 people
What do you wanna
besides
say?
Ange to join
No,
us,
before
Connecticut
you
bound
said
Patreon
something,
donors.
before you said
4
something,
people, 2
before you
weeks.
said
I
something.
dare you to join us. Patreon,
Remember.
trust me, you want to
Don't
get
worry
on
about
this
it.
train now.
We got you.
It is so fucking worth it.
About hating
Jim's
Dad.
coming back.
No,
I agree.
absolutely
Coming
not.
back.
I
You
think
guys enjoyed this episode.
You're
I
totally
enjoyed the shit out of this
joking.
No.
episode. I never thought beer and cheese went together.
I'll bring more cheese.
Come on,
I'll
he's
bring more
trying
beer.
to strap
guy-
you- He's gonna strap you to a chair and do
Let's
all
do
that.
this.
Like you.
Right here.
I've been having a great conversation with Darby right here. I wanted her to close.
Epicure out of Norwich, Connecticut. I'll be seeing you this week, Thursday through Sunday. You said they're
Thursday
open?
through Sunday, they're open.
$6 for a growler, $12
hated
for a
that.
fucking
I never
fill.
hated that.
Dude, that is $22 to walk
I know.
out with this
I know,
whatever
I was
flavor
joking
you
too.
want
Okay.
first time.
Do you really
After
think
that,
I would
it's
be
just
serious
12
about
bucks.
that?
That is a
Absolutely not.
12-pack,
You're my
dude,
favorite.
For a buck of beer.
Ew.
I
Use
love
the
you.
math.
Father.
That's a
You're one
better
of my
beer. What did
favorites.
you say
Please
before?
don't kiss me again.
I don't know.
I'll do it
Drink
again.
better,
Why
drink
not?
less.
Drink better, drink less. Thank you.
Drink
Okay.
better, drink less.
I'm like I said a lot.
And
That's
re-
what you want right here. Drink
Right.
better, drink less. This is
Or
gonna help you guys
just drink more Epicure.
say thank you, Loki and Jabroni.
more Epicure. We like that. We
Watch.
like that.
That sounds like snake oil shit right there.
And now, real quick, I really would like Darby to close this episode out. So, Darby, tell the listeners good night, I love you, and all that ever loving stuff.
Be a Patreon donor.
Yeah,
Good
tell
night.
them to donate.
Good night. We are leaving this podcast show thingy to go to sleep.
Donate.
Good night.
And donate.
And donate.
All right,
To I don't-
beautiful.
To I don't know what.